from the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear Tec Gauntlet Season 3, powered by Crucial. Our apparel partners are 656, accessory partners Cosmic Byte, and our esports partner is none other than Aimlab. It's going to be your boy Aggressive, joined by the universe. He's a little bit down. You can see it in his eyes. He's like, what do
I'm
I
okay.
do?
I'm okay. I'm not really that done.
Yeah, but you know what's gonna pump you up. You don't know exactly what's gonna bring your spirits back up. It's today's matchups, because Godparticles versus the side of M42. It's going to be two, let's say, one underdog squad, actually, and then a tier 1.2, 1.3 is the way I put it. They're not 1.5 anymore. They can go that extra margin. They have already gone through that extra step, because you got to remember something. They did win out on a massive prize a couple of weeks ago from another tournament. So Godparticles in general, they're now back even stronger than ever, while M42, you know what's up with them. They're still trying to work out the kinks in their armor. They're still trying to become the best roster that they possibly can, and hopefully today all the fruits of their training are going to be showing on towards the server, because against Godparticles, you need to bring your A game down to the table. Otherwise, you're going to be in a pretty tough spot. But before we do talk a little bit more about the teams, let's head on down over to the Crucial MVP standings and see exactly what's going to be up there. So, Universe, talk us right through the MVPs.
I mean, these are a set of 4 players. I think below them we have a couple of others as well who are just really close to them. But, you know, I think that Deathmaker, Psy, Paradox, and Shooter have been at the top of their game. Paradox, he's slowly racking up the kills. He might as well overtake Psy in another match or two, maybe. because Sai is done with all of his games, and he's probably going to be not going to be able to do any more, not going to be able to rack up any more kills until the playoffs begin. So that's a bit of a bummer for him. He possibly could be overtaken, but Deathmaker holding on strong to that first position. None of these players are going to be performing today, and that's, a given. But Godparticles and M42 both have some of their, best performance as well. We have Scargod Knight Rider, who was, as an F1 player in the last season. I think he finished on number 1 of the MVP standings, didn't he?
Yep, he did. Like, Knight Rider was just an absolute dominant force throughout the entire tournament, but now it's not really the case now, is it? Let's head on down over to the group standings and see exactly why Knight Rider's not been having that big of a performance. And I think with the group standings showing up, you can already tell what's really going on, why it's being such a massive problem. And in that sense, TEAMXO, you can already see they haven't lost a single game. So Sai being at the very top, are we really surprised? Not a single game lost. 7-0, 14 points. Group B is just full of tyrants, man. Exploit, True Rippers, Valor, SADUL, surprisingly, RG Academy as well. They've been trying to make strides. They have not really gone there, but still they are making those short-term leaps and bounds from time to time. And then there's Godparticles and M42. Godparticles being on the 7th position, close to being relegated, is something that we never really expected now, did we? Like, it should never have happened, but it's happening.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't think that, M42 were expected to be this down low. I think that we would have expected them to have at least 1 or 2 wins in their bag, but none of it has come, and this probably could be their last chance at survival. If they don't win this, that's going to guarantee their relegation, because Godparticles are going to go up to 6, and M42, as much as they have been trying, they're not able to gather up or muster up a win. They'll have only 2 matches left, and after that, I'm not quite sure if they're going to be able to do it or not. Maybe even get to the black spots or the safe zone. I don't know. But hey, let's have a look at the ones who are there from M42. The team itself has a bunch of players who have been put together not that long ago, but they haven't really found the success that they need to be, as when you look at the names. And Aggressive, I just want to know your thoughts. How do you think these guys can actually get better? Because the names are great, but the performances aren't matching up to it.
Yeah, M42 as a squad, they're just a little bit too inconsistent in my taste as well, because on paper, this squad is really good. We can really see how good M42 can be when they are in the best of their elements, because they, as a roster, they mesh well together. Yeah, they have the team play and coordination, they have the communication, but sometimes their communication and team play just goes down so far, it feels as though I'm looking at a tier 3 team instead of a tier 2 one. Like, the problems that they have is not their mechanical skill. Every single one of them are just cracked out of their minds, but sometimes they let that mechanical skill just reign over them, and they're like, oh, have the better aim, we have better game sense, let's just take the fights and maybe we can win it out. And then they start swinging, and immediately they get run over by a massive truck of utility being thrown out by their opposition team, or them just having better angles than them, or them being able to punish a lot of the swings that they are taking solo. And M42, as soon as they start getting tilted, they start falling apart. But moving on down the line, we're going to be heading on down over to the crucial player spotlight for the side of M42 to see exactly who needs to be the shining star for their end to try and hopefully push their team forward through the darkness. Because I can see that Hyper being the pick here is someone that we can say, okay, he can make things work. He is a star jet player. We have seen him pull off incredible plays. But once again, Hyper, I do believe that he is one of the main issues at the same time, because he is a little bit too overly aggressive, Universe, and you know that yourself. Like, I'm being critical on Hyper because I know exactly what he's capable of. He is an explosive jet player that can rival Deathmaker, Shooter, and of course SK Rossi. But the problem is, Hyper, he doesn't know when to tone down that aggression, because if he's able to tone it down right here and right now against Godparticles, he could be the saving grace for M42 and possibly stop them from getting relegated.
Well, it's up to this man. He has been the star player, like you said, the Jet, and his stats don't give out too much, but it shows that he's close enough to get a positive KD maybe in this match itself. And in ACSF 201, he has been the front runner for his team, and he's carried them to quite a few points that they have gathered. Two maps, the 2 points that they've got, it has been in the back of him performing at his level best. But hey, let's have a look at who's going to be facing him. Godparticles coming up in front of your screens now, ladies and gentlemen. Couple of old faces, a couple of new. Put together, you have Godparticles who, well, they've had a couple of wins and a couple of losses too. The entire squad of Godparticles is a team that, to be honest, I think on paper, this team is supposed to be a lot better than it has performed so far. They've had, I believe, four losses in 3 losses, I think, in the Tec Gauntlet, out of which they've picked up 2 maps and they have a win as well. So that's going to be 4 points from their entire campaign so far, and that could become 6 if they win against M42, who are on probably their worst campaign run. So this couldn't have come at a better time for Godparticles. They can overtake ROG Academy and even Seoul Esports to move up further into the group stages.
There's a chance. Godparticles as a squad, I really do believe that their training should be much more fruitful here moving on down the line, because we all know what they have achieved and they want to achieve a lot more right here and right now. Godparticles slow and steady wins the race, and especially against M42, this is an adversary that they really do need to take down. They need to prove to everyone that, hey, they deserve to be at that tier 2 scene. They deserve to move on down forward to the tier 1 by taking down everyone else on the tier 2 spot. So let's see who's going to be the one shining the brightest from their end as we head on down over to the crucial player spotlight for Godparticles, ladies and gentlemen. And it's going to be none other than Ember. Ember. This guy, just as his name suggests, he's a flame that he's the literal embers that actually ignites the side of Godparticles, because just look at the way that they play. They play around Embers, or like Embers, or he plays around the entire team so beautifully. The way he uses his utility, the way that he sets up his nebulas, the way that he uses his gravity wells. You know for a fact, as soon as one gravity well gets popped, someone's gonna die, or someone's just gonna lose so much ground that there's no way they can come on back from that. Ember's a beautiful example of an Astra player that is really, really potent in the way that he pushes a lot of his different engagements. He knows how to set up his team. He knows how to propel them forward to victory. So Ember being here on the player spotlight, it's not really a surprise.
Yeah, Ember, you can look at his stats as well. He's had a pretty a good season. 182 kills, 173 deaths, and 62 assists. He is one of the pillars of Godparticles, and if he performs like he has always in today's game as well, the Godparticles are going to have no problems, just swiping through the team of M42. But I'm more interested to know what exactly is going to be the map pick of these two teams, because I don't know what M42 are going to go for. To be honest, I don't really know what is the strong map of M42.
They sometimes go in for the map of Haven, which is really good. Sometimes they go in for the map of Bind. I don't know, man. M42 as a squad, they sometimes do feel like a coin flip in the way they approach a lot of their different engagements, but I digress. They are a squad that can be really explosive, and on the map of Haven, they are really potent. Yes, Haven is one of their strongest maps, primarily because they have a lot of strategies that do work on it, and they also have taken down Velocity in other previous tournaments, if I do remember correctly. Yes. So M42, they're now here to showcase to us exactly what they're capable of here in this particular matchup. Against Godparticles, though, when you consider Haven, this is easily one of their better maps, but at the same time, Godparticles, they tend to drop the ball when they get a little bit too overconfident, or when Knight Rider is not having his best of games. Knight Rider is a crucial piece in the entire puzzle of the side of Godparticles, because if Knight Rider is able to perform on Haven, they can absolutely tear down any team, doesn't matter who they are. But that's the thing. Knight Rider is that X factor. If he's not having a good game on Haven, his entire squad is going to falter. But it's not really the case on any other map. it's just a Haven.
Yeah, I like this map pool. I love that there's a breeze in there, and Godparticles have chosen to go for it. Ascend is you know, the decider, and I'm gonna be completely okay with that. And this is going to be a really good best of 3. I don't know if we're gonna see a map 3. I don't know if Godparticles are gonna take this 2-0, or suddenly we see a rejuvenation of form for M42. They take you know, this 2-0. But I am really interested to see what's going to happen, and let's find out as we're soon going to be heading into the game, ladies and gentlemen. The players have loaded in, and we're just finishing up the final few, you know, formalities to start the game. As M42 are going to be starting on the attack of Haven and their map pick. Now, I want to know from you guys, what do you think the first half is? How? Okay, you know what? M42, they are on the lower end of this because they've not got a win yet. What do they need in the first half? What scoreline do you think they need to, you know, go ahead and make it a successful map for themselves?
I think first of all, they need to try and establish as much map control as they possibly can. The thing with M42 is that they wait for way too long, and then they just get hit all of a sudden, and with the snap of a finger, they just get run over. But sometimes when they do go in for a lot of these aggressive pushes and these forms of map control, another problem that they do have, they overly aggress and they try to push angles that they really don't need to. They hold one power angle, that's it. You gain information off of that. For example, the bottom side of mid window. It is such an incredible power angle because you can watch players coming in through garden. You can watch players coming in through window. Plus, you can get audio keys if anyone's on the A site lines trying to run on away and go in for rotation onto C. There's so many different factors that come into play here on Haven. And what does M42 do? They have the mid window control, and they start pushing mid window trying to go into A short when there's no one there, when they don't have any info. These are these small hyper-aggressive plays that are really costing them a lot, and I really want them to tone it down as much as they possibly can, because against Godparticles, they cannot make those mistakes. Looking at the compositions as well, double initiator on the cards, a very, let's say, bare bones basic combination that is always played on this map. Tell me one time that we don't see this composition being played, unless you consider a couple of the teams, for example, Team VALOR. They're only one of the few squads that don't pick up this comp. Internationally, this is like the go-to combination, and both M42 and Godparticles, they're going to be the meta slaves here.
This is, you know, pretty much the default standard setup for any team, except for the Killjoy cipher can be debated based on players, you know, adjusting to their abilities or who they prefer. Yep. But the Astra, Sky, Sova, Jet stays like, you know, just sits like a charm for this map. You need the information, you need the flashes, you need the Jet, you need the Astra. Everything is a must give over here on this map, and both these teams have it, and there's going to be no room for excuses now. There's going to be, you know, no agent diffs going to come in. It's going to be a team diff that has to come in from either one of them. And Godparticles, well, they have the upper hand in terms of at least points and wins and form. Let's see if M42 can make up for it. Let's head to the game now, ladies and gentlemen. And as we are going to be going in, let's just hope that M42, they pull out, like Aggressive said, a lot of map control and get at least the first half equal to something that's going to give them, you know, the first map victory. Maybe an 8-4. I would at least want them to have an 8-4 if they, you know, even want to try and win this one.
They need to try and find something here right off the get-go, because the defensive side, man, the defensive side of Haven, something that you really don't want to be in now, do you? This is one part of the side that, yeah, Haven is a very attacker-sided map, but look, it's on the defensive side. It's the side of Godparticles and Knight Rider. He just WQ'd his way all the way over. He's like, he doesn't give a damn.
He just knew. It's like almost he knew everything, right? And he just went straight in. Stargod's gonna take out a lot of information for his team. As Shivy, he goes in for the defuse, but he's not gonna get anything except for a bullet to the head that Hyper gives him. Stargod, he's trying to fight through the smoke. There's so many bullets. So many goddamn bullets. Well, just trying to stick it with the half coming in. 1 versus 5 here.
Enemy kill.
Make that 1 versus 4, and Knight Rider has nothing to work with. He goes and taps that bomb. He's gonna have a 25 bullets sprayed at him in literally a second.
Yeah, there is nothing that he can do here. Poor old Knight Rider. His feelings are gonna get toyed with, and Hyper's gonna be the one to shut him down almost instantly. And I don't really know, because looking at the way that they took this engagement, this was not really what you would have hoped for at all. Because think of it like this, universe. Godparticles, they had so much control, they had A main control, Knight Rider even took it over, and everyone rushed on to B. I kind of get it. They got the spike plan down, it's fine. You can go in for a possible push on towards window. Everyone just piled up from the side of C connector and A connector, and they just tried to push into the side while trying to go in for a defuse and hope that all the members of M42, they just miss out on their spam. They try to go in for a defuse on a spike on B, while 5 of the attackers are still alive. You can't rely on something like that, especially when they have an Astra. Godparticles starting off on the wrong foot, and M42, them punishing them heavily for it.
Okay, they're running in towards C. Hyper's got an early lead, and that's an open side for them, as you would expect, because it is an eco for the side of Godparticles. 42 are gonna find an easy run, that's for sure. But a little bit of economical damage should be given from the side of Godparticles. The Skargar's looking for it, but he eats a lot of bullets and goes down to 7 HP himself. Everybody's huddled up towards the garden area here. And that is going to be a bit of a problem. If M42 decide to somehow get out of garage, they're going to face a lot of bullets. And towards C-Long as well. Shivy, wings that wide, not going to get anything. And Skargar's waiting with his flash. Flash come out from both sides though. And Knight Rider and Skargar add up to 2 kills. Third maybe in the works, not gonna happen. Ember gets it though, and that's a lot of reinvestment costs done to M42 as a successful eco, what I would consider, comes up for Godparticles, and now they're gonna have a full buy.
That's a very successful eco round. For them, 3 kills on the attackers, hell yeah, I'll take that any day of the week, because now those are 3 guns that they either need to choose to reinvest into, or maybe just buy a Sheriff or another Spectre. And those Sheriffs against these Vandals and Phantoms could just be a problem. But hey, believe us though, Sam, he's feeling spicy with it. Picks up a gun from Wish.com to maybe go in for a couple of taps, but there is a possibility that it could work, but they're investing into this round. You can see that Spectre buys are coming on down through, and they are not willing to pick up any sort of a Vandal or a Phantom just yet.
B-side's been taking control. Knight Rider, no! He misses even in that close proximity. And somehow M42 stabilize. They've got a 4-man advantage over the 3 that Godparticles have. And yet again, this comes in the same situation as a pistol round. Jivy could have gotten that kill onto the sky, but Emo escapes away. And now they try for the defuse. Venom's coming from the backstab, and he's gonna find an easy frag. Hyper gets a 3rd, and that's gonna be M42 in the driver's seat early on in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, Godparticles not feeling it on Haven.
They're not. This is not the Godparticles that we know. They're making a lot of rookie mistakes, and I don't even know what to tell them. Once again, where are any of the pushes from the side of Garage? A-Long. There's nothing. They know the B-side hit is coming. They have flares on A-Long, but they all rotate towards the side of A connector, trying to go in for a 5-man push and try to hold a defuse when 5 of them are still alive.
Wow.
It's questionable the way that they're playing. And look at that, man. Hyper, he's gonna answer all of my questions. It's just like, yo, look at my aim. That's all that you need to know.
Alright, here we go. Another eco for the side of Godparticles. This time it's seeming out to be a little bit more easier for M42, as Shivy is getting pushed back into the attacker spawn, and Knight Rider waiting for some kill across that smoke onto Garage. Nothing given. Maybe 1 kill at the max. That's all they can hope for. Now Recon's gonna reveal 2, but nothing more. Number 4 on the board for M42 coming up in just a couple of seconds, as Shivy is gonna take at least 1 down before he goes down himself. He says, I'm not going down alone. Now, if you consider how exactly M42 have been playing right now, and if they had done this earlier with a couple of other teams, maybe the story would have been different, because right now they look like a different team. They look so much more composed in the way they're playing, and their B-side execute especially so heavily, working for them right now.
These B-side holes are... I don't know, Universe. What do you say? Do you think these B-side holes, the way that they're going in for it, it feels as though they believe that, okay, maybe the post plants are going to be a lot more aggressive. It's going to be a lot more based upon inside of the side. But no, that's just not the case here. And Godparticles, they're playing it so safe. This is not them. Against M42, playing safe just does not work. You need to try and take the fights against them. And once again, a B-side execution is coming on down through, but the B-side is a lot more well defended now. They're going in for these beautiful plays. The Hunter's Fury is gonna be good. It's gonna be able to get that kill on towards the face of Venom. Venom doesn't know it even hit him. And now with the defuse coming on down through, Hyper's gonna be the one to shut down one, but Jester's gonna be the one to take down Rex with an immediate trade of his own. 4 versus 2 situation. A lot of time to work with. Nothing to really worry about. Emo, he's just gonna chill. He's just gonna wait. Good for one, but he's not gonna be good for a second. Shibi's gonna be the one to shut him on down, send him back home, and with that, the first initial round comes on down through for Godparticles here. But
it is over.
Finally, they are able to answer back. But you also question if it took them this long to adapt to one single strategy from M42, which was just Sukabli at the rush B. But that's pretty much it. What else was there? They need to switch up their strategy just a little bit here.
Yeah. Godparticles have gotten a first round that was much needed for them. And they have put the side of M42 now in a little bit of a cautious state. Now they're going to think about what they want to do M42. Hyper has been on a roll so far. He's got 8 kills. He's been absolutely terrorizing Godparticle players. If he continues to do so, this Haven map might just be in their favor. Knight Rider not gonna find anything towards that mid-window position. Nobody's gonna be peeking him. They don't want to go B this time. They look like they want to go... Oh, okay.
Okay, Scargod.
Scargod he's just, random day at work, spamming through a wall.
Tell me one time Scargod doesn't get a random spray kill. Like, whenever we watch him, he always gets a spray kill.
Yeah, he somehow always does. No, look at Logista. Oh, Logista, no! He was standing out in an angle that was open from that cubby corner. And he gets absolutely destroyed for it. Knight Rider knows there's one onto Heaven, and the shoulder peek allows him to get the kill first. Rix is going to hold on the backstab with the alarm bot, as 3 players of Godparticles are coming on the backstab. And just the one towards the defender side spawn. Shivy clearing out every single corner he can. They know that they're on the site. This is going to be a difficult one. Rix goes down. Ember finding that kill. Knight Rider with another.
Finally.
And Stam, he needs to push the situation on the offer, and he does. But he cannot push it anymore onto Shivy as he takes him down, gets a second kill. That's going to be number 2 for Godparticles.
They're going in for these fights. They're making it all work, and they're making it all happen. This is the Godparticles that we know. Finally, they have adapted to the strategies, and they know exactly how to take them down. I personally do believe that a lot of the rush strategies from M42 is what's throwing Godparticles off guard. But now that they have adapted, they're now back on the driver's seat once again. And Universe, with a possibility of a pause now coming in because of a technical difficulty, the momentum being gained by Godparticles have already been lost once again. Because, I'm an advocate for taking pauses whenever a team wins more than 4 rounds or maybe more than 5 rounds. Because at that stage, you need to try and slow everything down, and you need to ask yourself, what are we doing wrong? What's really the problem here? So M42, they can go back to the drawing board and just ask themselves that exact same question. What did we really do wrong in the last 2 rounds? And I want your thoughts. What went wrong for them? Because I would personally say that their attack strats became a little bit too predictable.
Yeah, I think that they kind of went in for the same thing. They knew that it was working for them, so they kind of just went in straight for it. They're like, okay, you know what? Exploit it till we can't, keep doing it till it fails. If it's not broken, why fix it?
Don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's exactly what they were doing. And now that it is broken, they need to try and fix it.
Duct tape.
Yeah, duct tape, glue, I don't know, sticky rice, whatever you want.
Sticky rice. Make an onigiri out of it.
Whatever it is, but looks like Knight Rider right now needs to fix his internet because he's disconnected. That is a problem. He will be back in a bit, though. That's not an issue. But, you know, talking about sticky rice, how's your day been?
How was my day even related to sticky rice?
I'm just messing with you.
Oh, God. Okay, that's a perfect... that is the most epic segue. I need some segues like this for sponsors. Like, the sponsor segues are always going to be there. Cosmic Byte 656. Go and check them out. Links down below in the description. If you want to check out all the
let me tell you something. You know, sticky rice is actually sweet. You know what else is sweet?
Oh, okay, buddy. I got it.
Red Bull. Go get your Red Bull. Scan the QR code right now. Red Bull is sweet and energetic. And we're heading back into the game as Knight Rider's back. So, hope y'all are ready for this as the Godparticles have got...
Intermission is now over with Universe and Aggressive. We go back into the match.
Yep. We'll be back to see you after 27 years. But Knight Rider, he wants a kill in 27 milliseconds, and he's looking in the right direction. And Sam could be the better of it. You know he's here. Maybe. Yeah, they're pre-firing this angle. He gets away from it. Oh, Sam. Rix. One of them is definitely going to die here. Or it's going to be Knight Rider himself who dies. He gets away safely. That's going to be the end of that A main push. Still a little bit of a stalemate. 1 minute to go. Clock's ticking as Emo tries to find some space on Garage. Takes out the tripwire, does not spot anybody. And they move in towards C.
Holds are good. Holds are strong, but still the pushes are gonna need to get a little bit better. Scargod! He's in a very dangerous spot. Ember's gonna be good for one. Hyper's gonna be the one to take down for one. Well, just to move back. It's gonna be able to shut down the double. Knight Rider comes on down through with the operator, and Scargod's gonna be able to get that final kill on towards the face of Venom, shutting him down almost in a matter of seconds. The seaside execution was fast, it was quick, and the bodies were just piling up over and over again all throughout the entire site. Yes, it works, but at the same time, Universe, that went from a 0 to 100 really quick.
It most certainly did. Faster than the Bugatti run that I've seen. 0 to 100 in 3 seconds. 3 to 6 seconds, 5 seconds. I don't know. I gotta. Yeah, I know. I gotta.
Formula One race car.
Oh yeah, my producer's gonna get you for that one. But we are moving in towards what? Oh, nice! No, that was so. He looked. Oh, I really want to explain that, but let's just do it later. I want to see the replay. But here goes that plan, and the Cosmic Divide comes in immediately, and the side of Godparticles have got the advantage. They're kind of being difficult about it. They don't want to defuse it yet. Here's the Hunter's Fury to try and stop the defuse. They don't know if they can hear the defuse coming in. But the Cosmic Divide is not going to last for long. I don't know why they did not try and stick the defuse. But Godparticles are giving away time and a lot of room for M42 to execute this round. Not good. Ember throws down the smoke. Does not find Hyper? No, he will. Logista gets Venom. The Neural Theft has been thrown in as well. 2 ultimates being committed. Times of the essence. Shivy needs to stick it completely. Does not care about the bullets being fired. And he gets it with 3 seconds to spare. As Godparticles, a round that should have been a lot more easily theirs, was, you know, kind of difficult. You know, I just want to go back to Knight Rider's dash. He hit the right key, okay? He dashed. The only thing is, I think he turned his mouse to the left.
Yes.
Or right, and then he hit the A key, and then he pressed E. So he was looking towards the boxes on B, and then he dashed left, and that was towards mid.
Basically, this is what happened, Universe. I understand what you were trying to say, but Knight Rider, he turned around, he wanted to hold W to dash forward, but he was actually holding A instead of holding W, and he just died for it. It happens to all of us. Like, honestly speaking, I used to play another shooter back in the day. There was an ability like this exactly. the amount of times I've died because of it, it happens on Jet as well. But Knight Rider, it is an omnidirectional dash, but you know, Knight Rider just wants to look in the direction he wants to go. But now, Logista, he's looking in the direction of a couple of bullets from the side of Sam. He does get that trade. Jimmy's gonna be the one to take down Hyper, sending it down over to a 3 versus 3, but Rix! Rix, come on, man! He just swings out and just slaps him with it. Good operator shot from this man. 3 versus 2, and Godparticles, they're on the back foot.
Pulling them in.
Ember's been found out as well as M42 make their way onto the C side. Ember needs to get the first kill, not gonna be able to connect it. And it's all up to Shivy, and he's been heard really clearly by Emo. And Riggs is just holding the angle. He tacked on Shivy to 8 HP, and that turret is gonna be good enough to take him down, but it's luckily for him, it's not pointing in this direction. But what he doesn't know is that Emo's coming behind him, and Emo almost let him get away.
Almost, but not really. So, it's fine. M42. They're in good spirits now once again. They got one more round for themselves. Once again, the ball is rolling in their court, and they finally understand that, hey, Godparticles, the way that we are trying to take the engagements against them, we're just rushing into sight and hoping for the best. We're not taking control of the different avenues of the map where we can actually properly shut down a proper hold. So now, positionally, let's just say M42. They're gonna switch up their strategies once again, but I think I spoke a little bit too soon. They're defaulting back to their C rushes. And the C rush can work. Yes, it can, but how much can you rely on your post-plant hold? M42, they have showcased to us that, yeah, their post-plant holds are really strong, but if they miss one bullet, just one, things could end badly for them.
Rix, he's holding down the operator, and he's gonna get spammed upon. The flash is good from Scargod, but Venom finds him. Shivy gets 2 though, and Venom finds 2 of his own. Shivy looking for another. He needs a third to make this work. He might just find it. Yes, he will. Logista, he needs to find something from the side, and there comes Knight Rider. Venom's got a third as well. And it's all but done here. M42 are looking to confirm their 6th, as Knight Rider desperately looks on and then dies as well.
Last player standing.
He should not have survived. One small whiff costed them the entire thing. And Venom, you have literal Red Bull in your veins for hitting a shot like that. He just swung out, got a kill on towards the face of Scargod. The nerves were acting up way too much on Scargod, and just Venom's like slapping him in the forehead with it. He's like, I don't care. You're gonna die here, and right now. Shots were so clean, and ladies and gentlemen, M42, they deserved this round for their end. 4 and 6. Mistakes have been punished, mistakes have been made, but still, you don't carry that forward on towards your next round. You just gotta keep on fighting. You gotta keep rolling with the punches. And here it's Logista rolling with all of the punches, man. He's punching them in the face. He's punching them in the face so hard that their entire teeth are coming out. But now Logista, he's looking for one more.
Spike down.
They're just not gonna be the one to find it yet. M42. This is gonna be a thrifty. It's happening.
Yep. It is gonna be a thrifty, thanks to Logista's brilliant 2K and that Knight Rider kill as well towards A. And look at Logista, he wants that kill. He's gonna come and get it. Pretty sure Rix is just playing around with time right now. Too many players to fire upon, and too many angles to look at. That's gonna force number 5 for the side of Godparticles, as the half looks like it could end 6-6 now, or 7-5. I'm not quite sure which one, but whatever it is, Godparticles have done a good job of recovering.
Godparticles. One thrifty for them. Many more rounds to come, hopefully. Logista is pretty much the pioneer of that thrifty round. The way that he was able to take those fights. Really clean, really beautiful. But now, let's just see what they're going to be doing here. Hyper. He's trying to play with fire here a little bit. Jumping around, giving away a lot of noise. And Jimmy's like, What's happening here exactly? Let me get a bird's eye drone view of everything that's going on. ScarGod, beautiful flash from him to get that information for his buddy Shibby that no one's pushing from the side of A short. They can just chill, they can just wait. A Knight Rider freebie for him. Venom just walks into his awaiting arms. And Rix, he has aggressive control. He cleared out all of the angles, but he has Garage, but he has nothing else. Logista's just gonna wait for him. It's like, come into my waiting arms, man. I want to give you a hug, but this hug is gonna be deadly.
Rix finds an opening, gets into it. Logista is gonna be put to a stop as Hypers crawls into the A side, and Shivy expects it, takes him down. 3 versus 2. Godparticles still in control, but Sam has a spike, and the plan's gonna go down irrespective. Ember, he's called it out to his team, and M42. Both of these players need to be careful. They are looking towards A link. Might be a problem because all 3 players are coming in from C link. M42 definitely have an idea that there's somebody towards a C link, but they don't know if it's all of them's there. And Knight Rider jumps up to give up his life, but Ember's found that trade. And Rix coming from the backline is gonna find Shivy. Shivy tried to jump away and maybe give down a recon or a shock threat, I believe, but I don't know why in that kind of situation you want to do that. His gun is his best friend right there.
Just like you and me.
Nah, just like you and Sticky Rice.
Oh, god damn it with the sticky rice, man. Oh, but yes, I need some sticky rice in my life, and I think that Ember and also in this situation, Shivy, they need to get some sticky rice as well, because in this situation, both of them were watching the same angle. Just look at the instant replay once again. They were both at the same angle. Why? Look at them.
I don't know.
A lot of questionable things are happening throughout this entire game, ladies and gentlemen, but it's fine because it's a 5-7 scoreline. It's a very respectable scoreline for the map of Haven, so it's completely okay.
Hyper, aggressive P gives Knight Rider just a bit of a tag. He's on a 70. That's gonna push him away. You can see it immediately. The side of Godparticles are going towards Garage. ScarGod almost vulnerable. Then they're gonna find this kill onto Sam. They push up mid, and that's easy pickings. ScarGod, well, he almost had a seizure there trying to kill that guy. As Knight Rider, he gets hyper skill as the A side opened up. Jimmy also finds Emo. Logista adds up. One after the other, they keep falling except for Rix, who's gonna go down to Shivy in the end. As number 6 comes up for the side of Godparticles, and number 7 looking inevitable.
Very fast that was a really quick piss round coming on down through from the side of Godparticle. I was just not even ready for it. I was here chilling on down through. I was just looking at the minimap, and then suddenly 2 seconds later and everyone's just dead. And I'm like, alright, Godparticles, I guess that last round really did trigger you. They got themselves a can of Red Bull by scanning that QR code down below. They pumped themselves up, and now they're just like Venom. Red Bull in their veins, their blood literally turning into Red Bull. They have the power. Could just make it all happen, and they could just make it all work as well. But moving on down the line here onto this initial buy round for them, so in this initial anti-eco round for them, they have the guns, they have the utility, and they have a really MTA side to work with. All of the members of M42, they're on the C side. They went in for a gamble play, and the gamble just didn't work out for them.
Blocking vision.
Well, that's pretty much the end of that. Look at all those 5 players coming in from their spawn. Just look at the map. I can see the map, and they're walking. It's like a centipede. All 5 of them in the line, and they're just like, okay, guys, this is what we're gonna do. Looks like a what's that movie? Okay, I forgot it, but whatever it is, M42. They're looking for some exit frags, but they're not gonna get any because nobody's gonna escape from defender side spawn. They're going in with their flash. Venom dashes right in. That gravity was going to stop them. Knight Rider found 3 kills for free almost. And Ember to finish off 1 more. As Hyper, 1 he gets is going to be the all he gets. It's going to be him going down to the spike and number 7 and nothing to separate these teams yet again.
Shivy tried to make a beeline for that Spectre. He's like, I'm gonna be able to pick it up. I'm gonna be able to pick it up. But sadly, he just wasn't able to. Poor old Shivy being forced onto a Bulldog once again to try and play for this buy round. But it's fine. Last round, not really the most successful of ecos, I would say, for the side of M42. But, you know, just roll with what life gives you. 7 and 7 on the scorecards. First initial buy round for M42, and here is where they can make a possible comeback. This is where they can establish the lead and finally shut down the side of Godparticles just a little bit more. And Knight Rider, I like this play. It's such a dangerous game that they're playing, but still, it should be able to work out. But Knight Rider used so much utility trying to sell that fake that Logista needs to find a lot of value on the lurk, because if the lurk is not able to find value here, it's just not gonna work. Logista, he misses the timing, no! And Rix is gonna be the one to go in for a kill on towards the base of Skargon. It falls apart.
Chivy is looking to find anybody towards City, not pushing into that smoke. He does not tag anybody, but Logista, look at this guy. Him on the lurk is a problem, and they are gonna be taking care of him now. He runs all the way back. There's nothing they can do about it. He's coming all the way from main, and the side of Godparticles have an advantage. Ember's expecting that recon to come in, and he comes behind him. He goes into the smoke. Unfortunately, they're trying to dodge it, but he falls into a trap. Rix, he goes down to Knight Rider, and that's gonna be a 3 versus 2. To find a kill, not gonna happen. Chibi takes him down, and Knight Rider to finish off things under heaven, as Sam is gonna be the last man dying. 8 to 7. Godparticles win out the bonus as well.
Godparticles, they're now back and they mean business. They're on the attacking side of Haven, the much more stronger side, and you can see exactly why it's known as much more stronger side. Strategy on point, executions are there, but it was a little bit messy. Godparticles, they nearly just got taken out, but a couple of heroic plays here and there from all of their members. They reel it on back, and M42 not in the best of spirits, but still, hey, it's fine. That was just the first buy round. Going on to another eco. Take it slow, take it steady. Keep the ball rolling on your court. Knight Rider, though, he's gonna waltz into the enemy territory, and he just does not care about Evo with a frenzy. Alright, sure, buddy.
Emo eats it straight to the head. He gets replied straight to. The DM comes in from Skargot saying, nope, you're not going to take on my teammate. And the plan going down should confirm round number 9 for the side of Godparticles as they made a comeback. They were 4-0 down. And now they're 8-7 up, looking at 9. M42 now this time stacking up towards the attacker side spawn to maybe find exit kills here. That could be successful. Maybe pick up a couple of weapons. Don't need to, you know, reinvest into the next round. This is going to be a bit of a excuse me, bit of a problem.
It's just things are now a lot more slower. And M42, they've got it for a full on. Can I ask what even happened here?
No, you cannot.
Wait. I thought that the spike didn't even go down yet for like a solid couple of seconds.
It did. It was planted in a way that they could hide on a short, and that's the thing. They expected a stack somewhere else so that they can, you know, stay safe on a short. One casualty went their way, but that's okay. They got 3 kills on the back of it. And now M42, they will have a full buy available, but they need to be careful yet again. They're pushing up mid. This is a bold approach from these fellas. And Skargot comes out of it. He's struggling to connect, but he still gets 1 kill. Make that a second. And he's done enough. Sam will trade back. As Emo's trying to find another, and he will as well. 3 versus 3. Chivy wants to clear out every single corner he can. Tags him down. But even before Emo can react, he's been taken out by Knight Rider's operator. Too quick to handle.
Blocking sight.
But he's taken control of C-Set already. He's going to fight Sam. And there it is. That's going to be the end of this round as well. Number 10 is staring at the faces of Godparticles and it's showing their backs at M42. Hyper is just gonna have to save.
Yeah, he has nothing better to do here in this
Spike
situation.
planted.
What is he gonna try and do? Going for a 1 versus 3 clutch with an operator in his hand, it's just not gonna happen. Save this operator for another rainy day. Take it slow, take it steady. Maybe going for a couple of exit frags, but even that is gonna be really difficult because Knight Rider, he's on the other end of it all. He's going in for a jiggle. He's going in for a walk by. Knight Rider, he should know this. He should.
I know. I don't think he would know this. The barrel's been spotted.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
over.
Hyper.
3,
He's
2, 1.
waiting. He's gonna. Oh my god! That was. Damn! That was a shot and a half. Ember's going to probably try and pick up that operator, maybe get that kill. Not gonna happen. He needs to pick up the operator right about now. Go on, get it, get it. Does he get it? Yes, he will. And he gets away as well. Okay. Hyper is so scary, honestly.
God damn. That shot was more scarier than your sticky rice joke, but on this 10 and 7
I just spat out the water I was drinking. Oh my god.
Oh god, that's even worse. The face, man. Okay, our observers having a little bit of a fun time with us as well. Sadly, you guys didn't see it.
Yeah,
So,
but you can see the pressure on these faces, though. You can look at them. Nobody's having that great of a time. They're dead serious about this. They know they're in trouble. They know they're not having a great time. And number 11 is looking on the horizon for the side of Knight Rider and Co. Because the economy of M42 is in shambles. The max that they can go into is probably Sheriffs, and maybe Emo can go in for a Spectre and buy around Hyper's operator, and that's exactly what they're discussing right now with that timeout that came in. And it looks like they are going to be semi-buying into this. They have a Marshal, a Spectre on Emo, as expected, and 2 Sheriffs. But is it going to be enough? The wrath of Godparticles has washed over like Poseidon onto M42. And the creatures of the sea lay beneath, where they just have to look and pray for some sort of mercy. And M42, right now, they are looking at the Poseidon. Hyper needs to be the answer, and he needs to be the answer right now. Prometheus. I mean, that's Cypher. That's Cypher's line, but okay.
yeah, but
can be it.
You know what I mean. Hey. I said Prometheus, and here comes Logista. He's gonna try and take down the gods here. David versus Goliath story is not gonna be looking that good for them, but now a Knight Rider, he's gonna be the one to go in for a swing. He's in with an operator, baby. Give it to this man. Give him a second one. Give him a triple. He's looking for more. Knight Rider, he's hunting down the board. Now Knight Rider, he's going in for a couple of plays. Knight Rider, he tries to beam as hard as he possibly can to get that kill. Scargot finishes off with a classic, though. That's 11 and 7 on the scorecards already, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, one more round for match point, and Godparticles, they bring it all back. It feels like the attacking side of Haven is their own safe haven. No pun intended.
Well, 11-7, and now that the side of M42 have a bye, this is probably going to be their last, because it could be their last. It is not their last. It could be if they lose this one, because this is their do or die situation. They don't win this, they don't get a chance to make some sort of a comeback happen. And look at Knight Rider. He's slowly creeping up, but Venom's found his teammate, and Knight Rider's gonna immediately trade back. Tries to run away, smokes himself off, but Emo's gonna spray him straight down. Could have gone into the cubby there.
I've
Knight
got
Rider,
your trail.
he falls. Logista trying to find an avenue towards A. Stopped by this nanoswarm and the alarm bot. Sam's on heaven, and Logista's looking in the right direction, and he's gonna find his head. He's gonna be mad about that, Sam, because Logista's down to 10 HP. And Emo on the backstab just gives out a flash and runs back straight towards B. Scargod knows this, and that's exactly why he's going to the side as well. And now in this 3v3, Shivi going down for the plant. Let's see, what do you have? M42, this is your do or die situation. Show us what you got.
11 and 7. 3 versus 3. Shivy with the Hunter's Fury takes down the first initial thing, but still that's just not gonna be enough. Hyper needs to be the difference maker, but it's just not gonna happen. Drake just comes in for that swing, and Shivy's gonna be able to go in for that double trade. 12 and 7. The ball is just piled on up one by one. Poor old Hyper, man. He was the living, breathing Flash. He got his team the entry for that retake, but the trades from Shivy, it was just way better. No one could clear the underside of hell. Shivy just swung out on the contact being made by Ember, I do believe, in that last place. And 3 Musketeers just bring it all back for them. And you know why I call them the 3 Musketeers? It's Shivy, Knight Rider, and ScarGod. And Logista and Ember as support, because in the tales of old, the 3 Musketeers always need the support of their friends. It feels like in this situation, it's not any different, but still, Venom. Okay, he's gonna be turning himself up, and he's gonna be going in for a couple of his own shots. He's gonna be able to take down 2. Hyper's gonna be able to take down Ember as well on towards the back end, and
Oh my God.
push just didn't work out at all in their favor. And my ears, universe, they're hurting like crazy. My ears are ringing. The only thing that I can hear are just Vandal bullets firing all over the place.
Yes. There's not even, you know, imagine if all 5 of those, all 10 players, instead of Vandals, had Odins. That would have been an orchestra.
No.
Symphony of bleeding years.
Symphony of bleeding. Hey, at least the doctors are gonna have a little bit of a fun time with it. They ask you, wait, why are your ears bleeding?
I mean,
I watched a stream on the Esports Club where everyone was using Odins and going ratatatatata.
Deploying drone.
you know, I would love to see the slow motion replays of Odin kills, you know, like rat-tat-tat. But right now, Shivy's
30
found at
seconds
least
left.
2 players there to work. The A side, by the way, is completely opened up. But they're still going towards C. Logista's confident about this, and he gets the first kill. He knows somebody's towards the defender side spawn. And he cages himself up to move up further, but time is far too gone. Logista
seconds
finds
left.
Venom. He gets another,
One
and now
enemy
it's down to
remaining.
just Shivy. He can't
Maybe
get the
4
spike down.
seconds.
He is gonna get it. Oh, he misses. Now he gets it. Oh my God, the timing, the positioning, and the unfortunate side of Shivy to go through that. Sam clutches out the round for his team. That first shot itself could have connected, but it literally went away from by like an inch or 2.
It's over.
But Sam clutches up and he makes his team survive for another round as he's leading from the front. 16 kills for him, by the way.
Ow, dude. That was a little bit way too close for comfort, Sam. He's bringing it all back. He's trying to be the backbone for his entire team. But the thing is, Universe, when you look at the scoreboard, there's not really a massive difference in kills. Just look at them. 20, 19, 16, 12, and 8. 16, 15, 14, 11, and 9. Looking at the kills, you'll be like, oh, this is a really close game. But when you look at the rounds themselves, does it feel like it's this close? Like, it's on a 12 and 8, but it feels like the side of Godparticles, they're just in so much more control.
They are. Knight Rider has his knives out and he looks like he wants to finish this thing once and for all. He wants to go to Breeze. He wants to make sure that they finish this side of Haven without any more problems. Here we go towards Garage. A lot of utility being dumped by both sides.
They need to try and figure out exactly what they really want to do with the utility, though. So much utility being invested and not really a lot of map control being gained here, Universe. And if they want to keep the push rolling, they gotta be careful about it as well. Ooh, Hyper, he was playing with fire for a little bit there. It's gonna be the one to back on out almost immediately, but still, with an immediate prominent push coming on down through from Knight Rider on towards the side of A short. They're looking for this A-side execution, and Hyper, he could be on the receiving end of a lot of hurt if he's not careful, or it could just be ScarGod dying out as well. ScarGod, he misses the shot. He's not going to be able to go in for the perfect transfer. And now it's all up to Knight Rider. If you don't get a trade here, man, it's over. It's done. It's done.
Hyper, he spots him out in that tiny little gap, and Logista has been found out of here as well. Hyper runs away. He's got a lot of space to work with, but Shivy takes him out. It's up to Shivy and Ember, and Ember's already lost his life, and he cannot control that spray pattern, cannot translate it to a second, and that's going to be number 9 for M42. They're slowly stepping back into this. The side of Godparticles. They lose another, they're gonna be on an eco, and that's the situation that they really want to avoid. If they want to win Haven, now's the time to finish it. Right now, you have to finish it. Or else you're gonna go to 12-11, and that's a dangerous scoreline to be on, whether you're up or down.
You don't really want to play on those stakes at all, because mentally that's gonna shake you to the core moving on down over to your second map. Those are positions that you never really want to be in. And now, Godparticles, they know. You can see from the way that they're moving around the map now, they have completely changed their demeanor. And now they're playing a lot more systematic, a lot more in position. Disciplined play is the name of the game here. M42 as well, they know that Godparticles, this is their last run. They need to be very careful. And Hyper, this is exactly what I was talking about. They need to be very careful the way they go in for these pushes. Hyper gets tagged down a little bit. But that's it. They get the information that one player did try to push through from the side of mid. But with the seaside execution coming in, they're walking into a 4-stack. They need to know this. Just one kill. Some information. Something. Give it to them. It's just not gonna happen. Venom, he's gonna be the one to take down Scargon. Nitro is good for one kill, but that's pretty much it. Venom's gonna be good for a second, and Venom single-handedly is stopping this seaside push. Emo, freebie for him. Nitro is not even looking in his direction. One flash and they're dead. Universe, it's a massacre.
Oh, Emo, he finds 2. That's success, and that is going to make sure that M42 see the light of the 11th round coming in their favor. The dawn of a new sun, and they know that they don't need to fight Shivy anymore. They've gone back. He needs the spike, they don't.
I have the spike.
And with that, it's gonna be Shivy to save a weapon, while number 10 pops up, and Godparticles in the last few seconds are just falling apart and tripping on their own feet.
Godparticles, they took the pause. They really do need to. They have lost on so many of their rounds. They need to have a massive mental reset. Because look at Ember in this situation. The communication just wasn't there. Where were the comms? They weren't looking in the right direction. They were getting shot from multiple different angles, and they were just falling apart over and over again. You can see already that, hey, they're trying to figure everything out. They're just chilling. They're just waiting. They're trying to get into that mental mindset that, all right, we lost. It's fine. 12-10. We go in for an eco. Possibility of a thrifty, mind you. And we force ourselves on towards that 11-12 scoreline. And just try to inch our way forward towards a victory. Godparticles, they need to huddle up right now and just do a war cry. Just come together as a unit and then push themselves forward. Because currently, if they don't, M42, they're going to be the ones to send it down over into overtime. And if it goes to overtime, yeah, I do personally believe that Godparticles are still going to be able to win, but mentally, they're going to be hit hard moving into the map of Breeze.
True. They are going for a semi-buy, and that's the good decision. If they had forced into it, it would have probably been overtime anyway. Knight Rider looking for an opening. He wants to go towards Garage. He's got support, but he's been spotted out here. All the players from Godparticles are towards mid. One of them holding towards C, that's Ember, who's just baiting out for a shot. And 2 of them are holding towards A. What do you got for us, Godparticles? What can you do? B looks viable, but there's a lot of defense there. And M42 expect this. They know that they're on a semi-buy, and they will try to go for the short-range fights towards B. And that's exactly what's happening. But Rix has found Scargot towards Garage. Sam comes out of the B side and gets the kill onto Shivy. Knight Rider, he's had the spike. He got the spike on his back.
This is bad. Spike's moving into Garage.
This is a little too close for comfort. Knight Rider, you push anymore, you might as well give up number 11 right now.
30 seconds left.
Knight Rider, he should know that he has the spike, right?
Yeah, that's done.
Spike down. C.
That's about it.
Yeah, we just write off this round now.
Well, it could be anything now. Whether we finish 13 to 11 or we finish 12-12,
10
we're
seconds
gonna have to
left.
find out, because this is a done and dusted case. Godparticles, a match that should have been over 3 rounds ago, has come a little bit more further.
Hyper, that was a really good shot though.
Yeah, it was.
Swung out instantly and shot him down. 12 and 11 now here, ladies and gentlemen. 12 and 11. It is a journey, I would say, for both of these squads. And the main reason why we can't really quantify or we can't really say exactly what's going wrong for both of these squads is because it's like Godparticles, they've completely turned off the heat. They're not bringing in the pressure. They're becoming a little bit too predictable. And M42, they're just doing their own strategies. They're like waiting for them to come in. They're just able to take these fights. But this is what I mean.
Spike down. A.
Why?
Nailed
Oh.
Another one. What is happening?
Honestly, I'm not understanding, but overtime looks like it could be in the cards. Any second now. Godparticles, you really need to change up your strategy. And here comes the lockdown from the Killjoy. They've been pushed off. They're going right back to where they came from. Ember needs to come back, and Logista's holding down towards Garage, expecting somebody to push out. It's not going to be the case.
Not gonna be the one to go in for that kill. Logista needs to walk away from it. Slow and steady push from the side of mid on towards the B side. He needs to find something on this lurk. If he doesn't find a kill with it, it is gonna be a catastrophe waiting to happen. Hyper does get spotted out. Knows exactly where this is at Hyper. He actually uses the knife to kill the recon bolt there. But it's fine. Still has 4 more to work with. Logista, 3v for him, walks straight in, gets a first initial one. Hyper's looking for one more, so I'm gonna be the one to find it. It's a 3 versus 2 situation, and Godparticles, they turn it around. The slow, patient play style, and of course Logista on such a beautiful flag. This man is the difference maker, but at the same time, how did he get past the alarm bot? The alarm bot's still on B.
Yeah,
It's still there.
is. I genuinely need to understand that, but I think he
Pulling them in.
put down a case that kind of did not let it see him. I don't know, but we'll figure that out later. But right now, it's the last couple of crunch moments. 2 versus 2. It's up to Ember, and Ember sprays down both of them
Attackers
to get
win.
Godparticles the victory. And they're gonna go straight into Breeze with the upper hand. A little too close for comfort. That should have been dealt with a long time ago. When they were 12-8 up itself, that should have been the end. But M42 pulled out a couple of rounds, and they had to force out the 11th round, had to force out round number 24. Until then, they weren't going to be satisfied, and Godparticles pick up this win. And they're going to be going with a lot more comfortability now, because until that point, I could sense the nervousness and, you know, the fidgety motion in them, because you could see it. They were being a little scared. They knew that, you know, M42 were looking like they could take us to overtime. Let's have a look at the match highlights and see how it all ended out in the end. As M42, they took a great lead in the beginning. They had good control of the game. Finished up the half 7-5 as well. But Godparticles, well, their second half on the attack was impeccable.
Yeah, Godparticles, they just knew what was up when it came down to their own attacking side. Yeah, a little bit questionable from time to time. Godparticles, I think they had a really slow start on the map of Haven. Like an extremely slow start, because this is not how Godparticles normally plays. So, it's fine. They're trying to figure things out. They're still trying to, you know, work out a couple of the kinks, I would say. Or maybe they just were not mentally prepared to play Haven like this, because M42, they turned up the heat in a matter of seconds. You could see that M42, they were ready. They were gunning for this win. They wanted it really badly, but the want was there, but the execution was just a little bit too sloppy now, wasn't it? As soon as Godparticles started picking up on their strategies, as soon as they became a little bit too overly predictable, Godparticles, they just started steamrolling over them over and over and over again. But what really went wrong for the attacking side, I would say, for M40, for the side of Godparticles? Because as soon as they went over to attack, M42, they just lost their own defensive hold like completely. Godparticles, they switched up their strategies, they played for the double peaks, and M42, yeah, they were holding down inside of the site, but at the same time, was it really a really strong site hold? Not exactly. No, not really a lot of crossfires being set up. It was much more bare bones minimalistic holding style. He's like, oh, I hold this position, and if they walk into it and if they don't clear me or if they miss their shots, I can spray down at least like 3 people guaranteed. And that's what happened in a lot of the different situations where M42 were on that defensive hold. Once they had that proper defensive line set up, it was really hard to force them off of it. But as soon as Godparticles forced out one of the players, it was just an immediate takedown right there and then. M42, looking at the scoreboard here already, Rix, man. Rix. Universe, he deserves a medal for this performance because he was so good throughout the entire game. And Shivy, he deserves a medal and a trophy.
Yeah, I have to say that Shivy has been a really influential player in this game. 22 kills, leading from the front. The captain, the IGL, Knight Rider with 21, Logista with 18. Those three have carried this team. Scargon and Ember did their stuff with their utility. They did a good job, but it just wasn't enough to take them all the way through. It wasn't. Sorry, forgive me. Those are the guys who went through. It took them all the way through, is what I meant. Because Godparticles, they went on. They got a great score, and in the end, well, it kind of slipped up. Hopefully, it doesn't happen on Breeze because that's coming up next.
Yeah, Breeze is going to be right around the corner, ladies and gentlemen, but don't really go anywhere because we're going to be setting up the map of Breeze, and as we are going to be setting that one up, make sure to get yourself a can of Red Bull, get yourself energized by scanning that QR code down below, and we're going to be back with the real shortly with the LG Ultragear Tec Gauntlet Season 3, powered by Crucial. Our apparel partners are 656, accessories partner Cosmic Byte, and our esports partner is none other than Aimlab. We'll catch you in just a little bit.
legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear Tec Gauntlet Season 3, powered by Crucial. Our apparel partners are 656, accessory partners Cosmic Byte, and our esports partner is none other than Aimlab. Sadly, it's just going to be your boy Aggressive here this time around. Universe had a couple of technical difficulties. He should be back in the middle of the game, hopefully, if things go well for them, but for now, you're just going to be stuck with me, and you're going to be stuck with the beautiful map selection screen as we do head on down over to the map of Breeze. First initial game on the map of Haven, it was not as great as you would have hoped for. It was Godparticles just being the one to get the dub there, 13 and 11 on the scorecards, just being able to take down M42 down a couple of pegs. But the thing is, M42, they were able to power back and creep their way up the staircase just slowly but surely to take that 13 and 11 scoreline, but it was not as good as you would have expected. So it's fine. It works out. It balances out in a little bit because M42, they can at least pat themselves on the back and say that, okay, we got it to that 12 and 11 scoreline. We got it to that point where we can finally bring something back. But as we do head on down over into Haven, we need to bring our A game here and right now, because Breeze is where the real fun is about to begin. Okay. The main problem with Breeze, in my eyes at least, is that Godparticles, the only tier 2 team in the entire region that know how to play this map properly, and they know exactly how to play like a tier 1 squad. Because I always say this, what separates a tier 1 from a tier 2 team is the way that they can play the map of Breeze. Every single tier 1 team in our region has this map under lockdown, and they can pull it out at any time and surprise any of the other tier 2 teams when they go up against them. Tier 2 teams, what are they mainly focused on? They're focused on maps like Haven, Ascent, Bind, and Split in some cases. Those are the maps that are the most common, but Breeze is something that not everyone wants to look at. This is a map, when you master it, it's just that deadly. And now that Godparticles have pulled this out against M42, the fun is just about to start, and it's just about to get a lot more riled up as well. You can see it from the agent selections. Very common. Viper. It's going to be the Sky. It's going to be the Cypher. Sova. And of course the Jet. And from the other end, it's pretty much the same. Like, both of these teams, they have the exact same composition. Just think about it like this. Breeze is like, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Both of these teams, they know exactly what the composition is going to be like. They have that mutual agreement, like, this is the best composition. We're always going to be playing this. And now let's see who's going to be the one to play this certain comp even better than the other way. So now, as we do load on down over into the game, ladies and gentlemen, the main thing that I really want to see from M42 is a little bit more emphasis in the way that they are going to be pushing their way into a lot of these different sidelines. The main thing that I love about Godparticles and their strategies is the fact that Logista is such a crucial player throughout the entirety of Breeze. From the start of the game all the way up to the very end, he can lurk up different avenues that you didn't even know existed. He is such a big rat, and I love that about him. Being such a massive rat allows you to be really systematic. It allows you to be that thorn on the side of your opposition that they're just not going to expect. And M42, they're in that kind of position. Because M42, they're really good, yes. They have the aim, but they lack so much when it comes down to map control that Logistic is able to find those nooks and crannies. He should be able to force his way up and just take them down a couple of pegs here and there as well. But for now, positionally, they're gonna be going in, and Knight Rider, he just walks up at Knight Rider, stop walking down multiple different angles, just taking these fights, and he's actually getting away with it somehow. But still, who is the defender and who is the attacker? Wait a minute. Venom's gonna be the one to take down Shimmy. They're running into the side, looking down towards the back of A side, man. They're trying to hold down, and it's gonna be Ember with the first initial kill. He's looking for one more, so I'm gonna be the one to find it. And now Hyper, he's gonna get caught out on towards the back end of it as well. Logista, no! You can't miss these shots, man. These are so crucial, but it's completely fine. Nothing to really worry about. Logista, no one saw that. Don't really worry about it. You were AFK, I was AFK. Universe is actually AFK as well. He left me to do this all by myself. But 1-0, ladies and gentlemen. And it's gonna be the first round going in the favor of Godparticles. Godparticles, strong start for them. A little bit of a couple of whip shots for Logista, but it's fine. It feels like everyone's having a little bit of a sleepy moment. It is, of course, 9:30, so take it slow, take it steady. Like, all of them can feel the fatigue of playing Valorant all day long, because we know for a fact that, hey, even if they were not playing in other tournaments and they're just playing in the Gauntlet, maybe they're just really tired. They're just in that mental boom state where they're trying to wake themselves up. Logista is stuck in that position, but once again, Knight Rider, he just ran up, dude. He's just going in for an Ember. This is so bad. He doesn't know what exactly is behind him. Here comes the cavalry. One from the left, one from the right. Scargod's gonna be good for two. Rex is gonna be the one to take down Scargod. And now, it's Knight Rider's turn to go in for the fray. He goes in for a couple of pop shots. Knight Rider's gonna be the one to take down Hyper on towards the back end left side of the side. Knight Rider's not gonna be able to find that kill immediately, but still's gonna be the one to go in for that dig. And just comes in for the back and shuts down Venom. 2-0. That's going to be two very crucial rounds already going in their favor. And why do I say these are crucial rounds? Because in a way on Breeze, okay, I'm an advocate sometimes for saying that, okay, you don't need to win out on the pistol round, you don't need to win out on the anti-eco, but having these buffer rounds on Breeze really does help when you look at the overarching storyline. If you are a team that is really potent and really strong on the map of Breeze, if you can get that early lead, you can just cement the fact that you're going to be able to take this on a 13-5 scoreline. Because the pistol rounds act as that buffer. So even if you lose out on the pistol round on your own defensive side when you're starting on attack, because Breeze is a very attacking favored map, it allows you to add up your variety. So now that they have these first two rounds just out of the bag, they have that advantage. Coming into this bye round, M42, they need to try something a little bit more different here as well. Here comes the recon bolts, here comes the shock dart. Shivy gets a chunky amount of damage on 2 players. Both of them hit for 90. They're not looking that good as he would have hoped for. Slow and steady wins the race here. All the members of M42, they are holding down on mid. They're holding down on the tunnel's angle. And they're expecting a push to come over there. But Knight Rider, he's much more wiser than this. He knows he doesn't need to go in for the push. He can just wait. It's M42's turn to make the mistake. And they're walking into a death trap, possibly on towards that A side. Logista's holding it down strongly. Knight Rider's feeding all of the information that he possibly can on mid. And if Knight Rider is able to find a pick, it's all done. Emo has the dog in hand. The Wolf's gonna be coming out, and the Trailblazer should be finding some form of value, but no. Hyper's not gonna miss. Hyper's not gonna be able to hit that shot. A lot of damage being given already here. And Hyper, he's gonna get spotted out. Position's already revealed. Shots are gonna be taken. Shock starts raining on down in. He gets sagged out of very low levels of HP, and Knight Rider straight through the cyber cage is gonna be the first one to take down Hyper. Things are not looking good for them on this map. Knight Rider's gonna be good for a second. Knight Rider's not gonna be good for his third. The spray transfer not working out for Riggs. It's just falling apart for them one by one. And M42, I don't think they're going to be able to get this. Double peek for one. And Scargon with the Scar peek is going to be the one to shut down Venom. 3-0 for the side of Godparticles, ladies and gentlemen. They're bringing it all back hard as fast as they possibly can. And with that, it's going to be another round for them. But not really the breath of fresh air that M42 were hoping for. Primarily, I do believe that this round, they just dogpile the A side so quickly without really gaining a lot of information. Hyper going in for such an aggressive push, pushing from the right hand side of Pyramid. I kind of understand what you were trying to employ, but you had no Viper smokes ready and you went towards the A side again. This is why using the Viper wall early is a really massive problem. And that's why a lot of highly experienced Viper players, they just tend to keep their Viper walls just on standby and for when they want to go in for a proper execution onto any of the sidelines. But Hyper, I swear to God, Shivy, these lineups are just so insane from this man. Literally, Hyper gets hit in the leg with that recon bolt. Not gonna be the one to live for long, but hey, you already know who's gonna be living for the longest. Scargon, you're just so good, man. He's able to do it a lot. And Ember, just a casual flick of the wrist. He's like controlling his mouse as much as he possibly can and just slaps the final player in the face with a bullet from that Vandal. Spray transfer is so clean. You're not even gonna be able to see it on the next side of the map. Instantaneous flicks for him. 4-0, ladies and gentlemen. And Godparticles, this is the main reason why I say that they are the kings of Breeze, for the tier 2 scene at least. Like, I haven't seen any other tier 2 team in our entire region perform on Breeze like the way they have. They're just inches away from getting to that velocity level of performance on this map. This is their home turf. This is the map where they can take down anyone.
Flying drone.
Here.
And moving down on here, you can see already. They're looking for a lot more to work with. Hyper, he's trying to go in for a push, but he's just not going to be the one to get it. Shivy, he's on towards the back end. Here's the shock dart. It's going to be the one to back on away, but gets a good chunk of information already. This is the information that they need. This is the information that they really need to gather to get themselves a little bit of info to work with. But no, Shivy, do not peek. Take it slow. Do not do anything that you would regret.
Here.
I already have a way too many regrets in my life when it comes down to my social aspects, but it's completely fine. I'm still here with you guys to have all the fun. Rix is having a little bit of fun with Knight Rider. Operator diff indeed. Operator gets taken down, and with this operator going down already, this is gonna be the thing that they require to maybe go in for a little bit more of a hold. The main thing that I'm really surprised is that it's Rix holding it down through with that operator. He spots out another one of the heads. Maybe it's gonna work. Maybe it's not.
One down.
Shivy's looking at one direction for way too long. He's gonna pay the price for it with his own life. And Rix, he's looking for one more kill. He sees the bullets. He sees the shots. But ooh, that operator shot literally goes in between the legs of Scargon. Somehow it makes it happen, but Rix is not gonna be missing a second. Goes in for the shots, goes in for the kills, and now it's poor old Ember versus the entire world. One operator. That's all that you need to shut down the side of Godparticles seemingly. Positions are strong, holds are good, and Rix, your operator shots, are just that good. Wait a second, did that just rhyme? Sadly, I don't have Universe or anyone to tell me that it actually did rhyme properly, so... It's gonna be Ember going in for a save instead. I'll take that as confirmation that it did rhyme. But Rix? Maybe? Oh baby, this operator could just be on the receiving end! Rix, he just knew. He smelled Ember coming on down through from a mile away. Good shots, man. This is how you make it work. 4-1. That's gonna be the first initial round that the side of M42 need to try and bring this one back for them. Rix, good shots, good positions, but that was just one operator. Now that the operator has found so much value already, they know they really do need to target Rix and try and shut him down as fast as they possibly can. Positions are prime, and with the pause now coming on down through, we can kind of recollect our thoughts a little bit more, because what really went wrong in that last round was that Knight Rider, he was a little bit too overly aggressive. No, sorry, he was not overly aggressive. He was holding down Nangle, but Rix was just even better when it came down to the operator hold. I'm very sure the Knight Rider didn't expect Rix to be holding down with an operator. He knew that the Cypher was close by, but Rix, he's just a touch above the rest. But M42 in this round, though, they're making a lot more mistakes. The spike is in spawn. And despite being this far away, even if you go in for those first initial kills, you're allowing the defenders to get into very aggressive positions of their own. But with tube control already being established, Emo, he's walking up there. Slow and steady wins the race, yes, but oh my god, this should be deadly at Knight Rider! Collateral for this man! He's gonna be able to shut down two. He gets a headshot on one and just bodies the other one straight through the wooden box. Sorry, not even the wooden box, the stone wall. Nothing's gonna stop them, not even Trump. Now, it's already down to a 5 versus 2 situation. 5 versus 3 situation, sorry. Emo, he has a little bit of utility to work with, but that's it. Shock darts raiding on down in, and Chibi, he's playing with fire, but you think that he likes the flame. He likes the fact that he's burning, because Emo, he's getting lightning down by those shock darts. Ember, you need to find the shot, you need to find the skill, but he walks in.
30 seconds left.
And he pays the ultimate price for it with his own life. They're dying like flies out here. This is not how it was supposed to go. It was a 5 versus 3. Now it's a 3 versus 3 instead. Chibi knows exactly where Emo is going to be holding. Positions are strong. Positions are prime. And Knight Rider is just going to turn around and slap Emo in the body. He's looking for one more. Knight Rider with a 4K. Give this man the ace. Show exactly who the better operator player is this time around, Rix. Because you need to be the one to come on down strong. And you need to be the one to shut down your opposition. Rix, he's just waiting, he's just chilling, he's just vibing. He spots out the head and just slaps Logista into the next form. He's like, sit down, I'm the better Cypher here. I'm the better clone. You're not gonna be getting anything out of me this time. 5-1. And another round on the board going in the favor of on the side of Godparticles. Sorry about this. It's a little bit difficult to do the solo cats, but hey, sometimes it's really fun to just watch that game, do a little bit of commentary, and this does bring me back to the days when I just started doing commentary as well. It was just me, it's sitting in front of my mic, watching my friends just play the games that they do play. And in general, like, it just lets you analyze a lot more. You see a lot more of the little nooks and crannies, a lot more of the small things that you normally do miss out. So, in these cases, I can see a lot of the mistakes being made by M42, but they're trying to fix it up on the fly. They're trying to adapt, and that's what I love about them. They're doing so much to try and bring this one back for themselves, but ooh, M42, here they come. Here comes the strong shots from the side of Hyper as well. He's looking for more, but he got a little bit too hungry, I see. Ember is gonna be the one to snuff out his flames with his own. One by one, they're going in for a push. But it's just not gonna work.
Player standing.
Hey! Sam, I saw that! Sam? I wish someone was here to confirm the fact of what I saw. Please, everyone in chat, whoever is watching, please tell me you saw that. Sam tried to go in for a beam shock dart and it just didn't work out for him. That's just Sam for you. He's trying to be as much of a meme as he possibly can while he's trying to have a little bit of fun here. Emo's gonna be the last one to go in for that swing. Slap Shivy in the forehead with a bullet. Send him back home almost immediately. And with that, another on the board going in their favor. And a really strong start for their end. 5 and 2. Positions are strong. Positions are good. But now, with so much of the pushes being done like this, what can we ask for the side of M42 to switch it up a little bit more? M42, they are just a tad bit too predictable in the way that they're taking so many of their engagements, but if it's working out a little bit right here and there from time to time, then they shouldn't really change it as much, because now that all the members of Godparticles, they're being forced onto an eco, because you gotta remember something, even though they won out on so many of their rounds, they didn't win out on their rounds in a very decisive manner.
Buried.
And Rix, how are you filming a TikTok video there, my man? You're not supposed to do it out in the open. And now, that's gonna be one for him. It's gonna hurt a lot, because Logista, he showcases who's the better TikToker. And Shibby, he's gonna be the one to go in for a couple of clips. Emperor's gonna be able to shut down one. They're looking for more. So much damage being done by Emperor. They have so much value. They know exactly what's up. Logista spots out one of the players, goes in for one, gets the kill as well, and Shibby pulls out the bow and arrow to finish off the last player. Shibby with the Hunter's Fury, and the positional hold is just that strong. It's just that good. Ladies and gentlemen, side of Godparticles, they just pull off an impossible thrifty. This should not have been a thrifty at all. Just remember that. Why? How? What? This is just one of those situations, because these kind of thrifty rounds should not happen on Breeze at all. Breeze is not a map meant for thrifties whatsoever. Doesn't matter if you're the best aimer in the entire world, even in this damn universe. You just don't find stuff like this. 6 and 2. Positions prime. All the members of M42, they're gonna slow down heavily for this. They can't overcommit. They cannot be way too complacent either. Because if they are, it's gonna be pretty bad for them. So much information being given away. They know for a fact 3 members are on mid, and Knight Rider just casually pushes through a goddamn smoke and just slaps him with slaps him in the face with it. He just doesn't care. Rix is gonna be the one to answer back on towards Shivy though. Operator shots are gonna be clean. Both operator players are just so much. They're just getting so much value out of all of their utility. It's just working out for them. But Knight Rider, ooh, gets sacked out a little bit, but he's gonna be the one to survive. More flashes coming on down through. Knight Rider's not gonna get caught. Knight Rider gets a revenge kill for himself, and Rix, he tries to entry frag with an operator on that Cypher, but it's just not gonna be good for him now, is it? Ooh, Hyper? What did I just witness? Was that my lag? But Hyper's just going around and tapping people in the forehead. Beautiful shot for Hyper and from Sam as well. They're making it all work. Here comes the plant as well. They have the positions, and Hyper just needs to survive. If you just survive, Hyper, you have this. You don't have to worry about anything. Just don't think about it as well. He's gonna be pushing up, spots out the head, and he gets a 4K to close everything out. Hyper, Hyper, Hyper. That push from the smoke was just absolutely immaculate. You deadly, deadly player. Swinging out, going in for those shots and going in for those kills. M42, Chip's kiss level of execution in that round. Yeah, things just fell apart in the middle a little bit, but as soon as the heat turned up, hey, the side of M42, they were just ready. They were welcoming the heat on their shoulders. They were like, okay, burn me up. I want to feel the heat as much as I possibly can here. They're making it work. And now it's gonna be Venom's turn to go in for a little bit of damage on his own accord. Spots out Knight Rider's head, just taps him with it. And with that first initial kill, that's all that they need. Sam
Silence.
spots out Scar God, and poor old Scar God just didn't know what hit him. positions were not really
Out of
that
charges.
strong as he would have hoped for, and now it's Shivy's turn to use that Marshall to the best of his own abilities. Shivy with a Marshall is such a dangerous player as well. We have seen him pull off clutches out of absolutely nowhere. This man is on another level. He's on a different tier, but still, they're just not going to be looking as good as he would have hoped for. Logista's going to be going in for that swing. He gets a trade, but Hyper's already there on the back end to receive it. Shivy, they know where he is. He's on A, and now Shivy's being like, huh. So, they're gonna go on the B side. They're gonna go in for a plant, and I have a Marshall. Do I go over and say hi to the neighbors? Do I bring them a little bit of sugar? Some spice and everything nice as well? But I don't think so, not just yet.
Revealing area.
Now, with the holes being done, Shivy does get a sheriff for himself. He's pushing his way up from mid. Slow and steady wins the race. Shivy, one swing and a dream. Just get the one tap. Just get the kill. Just walk away from it really slowly, because cool kids, they don't look at explosions now, do they? He knows exactly where they are. Shivy goes in, but he doesn't have this gun in his hand. Hyper shuts him down immediately, and poor old Shivy, he's just not able to find that much, but it's fine. The thing about Godparticles was that they're force buying into too many of those rounds. Their eco was not looking that strong, so now that the eco is back in position, 8-4 scoreline on the cards at M42, they're going to be in a worse possible position, regardless. So, switch it up, take it slow, take it steady. Godparticles, once again, should be in the driver's seat with Knight Rider being able to pick up that operator. But the way that M42 have been playing throughout this entire game of Breeze, they have walked into Knight Rider's operator, yes, multiple occasions, but they're making an active effort of trying to circumvent the way that his operator is playing all across the map. Knight Rider should be able to go in for a kill here. That Trailblazer is going to completely clear out tunnels. Get them the information that there's a possibility of a mid stack, because you only go to mid, only go to mid when the tunnel sidelines is clear. No one normally pushes tunnels, and if they're able to make it work, they're going in for a mid swing, and they're actually going to be the ones to make it all work. Scargod's going to be good for one. Scargod's not going to be good for a second, though. He gets taken out, and Scargod, he's just not having a really good day now, is he? He's not in the best of form either. That hurts. Scargod's such a crucial player for their side, and if Scargod's not having a good day, it's not going to be good for them whatsoever. Positions are prime, positions are good. Shock Dart's raining on down through with a lot of utility being given. Logista gets tagged in the head a little bit, but it's completely fine. Nothing to really worry about. They just need to survive. They can go for this kill. Jimmy's going to be good for one, but Rix is going to be the one to shut him down almost immediately. Logista, it's all up to you. 1 versus 2 situation. He spots out his opponent Cypher, but Rix is just so potent, man. How good is his operator? What kind of shots is he hitting? He's a Sentinel player. He's a goddamn Cypher, and he's making this operator work. It's like we're watching the Euro trailer all over again. And the Cypher's the one holding it down with an operator because he's that good with it. Rix. Like, I understand that I only gave you a medal in that last game. Doesn't mean I have to steal the entire trophy case from me as well because you just won 1 trophy. You can have it all, man. Just take it. Just calm the hell down. He's getting so much value out of this one operator that it's insane.
Get out of my way.
Rix. It's 11-6 for him. Position's primed. And now, Godparticles, they're sweating. They're sweating bullets! While Hyper's sweating daggers here. Takes down Knight Rider. Good shot from him. First initial kill, that's all that they need. And Chibi is having a little bit of fun with the door with his buddies on the other side. Scargod and Chibi, he needs to be the difference maker. Rix is not going to be able to hit that shot, though. Things are just not going to be looking that good for him. He needs to try and survive this. Scargod's going to be the one to take down the danger man known as Rix. And they just need to hold, they just need to wait, or maybe just go in for a 3 versus 3 retake. I don't really care at this point, they just need to survive. Just do not give your opposition a chance to go in for a proper hold here. Nemo's on towards the back end, gets full flash, but still, that flash is not going to be giving him anything. Timing's not going to be in their favor. Shots are going to be coming on down through. They're going to be taking it. They run out of bullets, and Scargod's going to be the one to capitalize. Swings out, gets a kill onto Emo, 7-5 on the scorecards already. Soon enough here, Sam's position already revealed. Hyper's position also revealed. But Sammy's still going to be able to go in for that kill on top of the staircase. The Viper's wall working against them. Hyper's on a massive flank. Hyper's on a tear. He's not gonna get killed as well. If he survives this, it's all over. Hyper's gonna be able to shut him down, and now it's up to Ember. He doesn't even have a gun for this one to work. One on the back, one on the front. Ember's gonna be able to shut down one more, but the plan's not for him. 10 bullets and a dream, it's just not gonna work. Sam just has the better position. Only his head is gonna get peeked out, but there's no time now, is there? 6 and 6, and somehow M42 on the home map of Godparticles. They're bringing it all back.
Sides.
I'm trying to catch my breath here a little bit, because this is not how it was meant to go. This is not how it was meant to be. But M42, they're just on a different level here today. Shots are being taken, fights are being done so cleanly, and it feels as though that 13-11 scoreline that they did put up on the map of Haven was no fluke. It was just them not being able to understand how to cope up against a lot of the strategies being given out by Godparticles. But now that they're here on Breeze, on the home map of Godparticles, mind you, this is a completely new and different story. And as you can see, the Knight Rider, he's having a really good performance, but Scargod's not been having the best now, is he? Logista takes out an over-aggressive Hyper. Starts to push up a little bit too deep, and Hyper, he pays the price for it with his own life. Breaks on towards the back end. He's looking for a hold. He spots out one of the players. Goes in for a couple of pop shots as well. Deals a good chunk of damage on towards the body of the Knight Rider. That's all that he needed. Breaks his position already known. It's already primed and ready for the picking. Ember's gonna be the one to shut him down, and it feels like Godparticles, when they're on the attacking side, they're a completely different beast here. The attack side of Godparticles just feels so much more cleaner than their own defense. And now Logista, look at the danger, man. This is what I was talking about. This is what you really needed to worry about. But oh my god, Emo, he nearly missed out on a couple of bullets. That's gonna hurt. Logista, please.
One enemy remaining.
Venom's gonna be the one to take down Shivy. Oh no. Please, Ember, don't do this to me. Thank god Ember's gonna be able to go in for that kill, and the Lakhs player's at 1 HP. There's no way. There is no goddamn way. I'm just one caster. Do not let the caster curse reign supreme. Do not one-tap the man. Yes, 4 bullets. Going in for a reload. 10 HP. Make it happen, but it's just not gonna work. Ember, thankfully he cleans it all up. He brings it all back, because I thought that, okay, I'm a solo caster right now. Just like in real life. But moving on down from that, Ember, I honestly thought this round was going to be going in the favor of the side of M42. It could have gone in either direction. So, caster's curse, maybe, but it was just a caster curse. Because the way that the fights were being taken, you didn't really expect it to work out like this now, did you? It's fine, it's dandy, nothing to really scoff about, let's say. But now they're holding it down strong. They're going in for these pushes. Slow and steady wins the race. A-side completely ripe for the picking. They just walk straight in. It's like picking candy from a baby. At Scargod, he found one of the babies already. Emo, you didn't even know what hit him. Hyper! Hyper! He's not gonna be the one to survive this one for long, but poor old Ember, man, he just runs out of bullets with Sam jumping down from the side of Evan's sidelines. Spots him out, and just is gonna be the going in for that immediate trade-off. 8 and 6 already is gonna happen, nothing to really worry about. 1 kill, I guess it's like a consolation prize for them at this point. Get 1 kill, send it back home. Maybe if it works, it works. But maybe if it doesn't, it doesn't. So, Venom, he gets a little bit of chip damage on towards the face of Scargod. Forces him to buy a little bit more armor, and that's it. 1 more round of the cards. And this is what I mean, having that little bit of a buffer just helps you. If you win out on these 2 rounds, like, it allows you to be a lot more systematic. Plus, at the same time, it helps me get my favorite scoreline. Sadly, I can't force someone else to say those words, but it's fine. My reverse favorite scoreline is going to be here. It's an 8 and 6 scoreline, soon to be a 9 and 6. if and only if this bonus round works out in their favor. But technically, this is not even a full-on bonus because they did invest in a couple of Vandals to make the attacking side a lot more simpler. I try to take a good chunky amount of damage, and Emo just swings out and slaps a couple more in the face. He uses the vulnerable so beautifully, and Emo. He just knew what was up. This is why you do not push past Viper utility, especially when you're on the map of Breeze, man. The Viper utility alone just broke the ranks of every single member from Godparticles. Why are you going in for a push like that? I don't know, dude. Like, it feels as though Godparticles, they're getting way too impatient. The way that these fights are being done, it's not as good as you would have. Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Hold on a second, Hyper. Is your wrist okay, buddy? Do I need to call a doctor right now? I have the phone.
Spike down.
I call the doctor right now for
player
you.
standing.
Or I should just call an ambulance for all the members of Godparticles. Okay, so 5 ambulances on the ready. Nothing to really worry about. I'm pretty sure the Esports Club is not gonna scoff about trying to help you guys find a couple of ambulances and helping you with the medical bills, because holy hell, that was disgusting. Those shots from Hyper, man. This guy just swung out of corners and just slapped people in the forehead with his Vandal. Just a couple of bullets came in and just Hyper's like, okay, sure. I see a head, I click. Good plays from this man. But now, are we going to be seeing even better plays from Godparticles? Because once again, they're going to be forced onto an eco. They didn't want to risk it with a half buy of their own. And now, shots being taken. Poor old Evo's not going to be able to find out much in Logista. He's struggling. But it's okay. Struggles are real from time to time, but now what is not real, it's going to be the hopes and dreams of the side of Godparticles to try and win out this eco. Ecos are hard to win, especially on the attacking side. On the defense, you may have a chance, but it all depends on that first initial kill. Ember's gonna be good for one, being able to take down Sam. Knight Rider's going in for a push. He spots at the head, but he's not gonna be the one to pull the trigger at the very beginning. Instead, it's gonna be Emo. Revitalizes his chances. One reload. Just shots need to be clean, but he panics under the pressure. And he's gonna be the one to die out here in this round as well. Ember pushing it down in. Already noise being given away. They know where Ember is. They're just gonna wait. They're just gonna chill. Swing out. One more. Maybe if Ember's able to find this, that could be their saving grace. Just 2 kills. Just 2. Because giving a spike plant, it's just gonna be difficult here. Good for one more. And we know for a fact that Ember just pulled all of the members of the side of its defense over to his sidelines. Chibi, he does have only 34 HP, but maybe just one more kill. That's like a big if he does hit the headshot, that is. But we know him to be a headshotting machine. And if he's able to do it with a Marshall, kudos to him, man. Plan goes down, and all the members of M42, they're just not wanting to risk a single bit of it. Dodges out the flash and knows exactly where they are. Just one. Just one. Get this kill on the Emo. That's all that you need! He's just not gonna be able to get it, but it's fine. They got the spike plan down. 2 more kills to work with. 8 and 9 on the scorecards, and they can pat themselves on the back and keep the ball rolling onto their court. Hopefully, if they win out on the next round. Because now is where the real pain train is about to begin. You either go big, or you go home right here and right now. 8 and 9 on the scorecards. I can't believe I'm saying this, but this is 8 and 9 on the scorecards where M42 are in the lead. This is a map where M42 are known to be the weakest. This is a map where they are known to be a squad that struggles the most in comparison to any other. And Godparticles, they have facilitated this map to be their best map in the entirety of the game. Even taking down other tier 1 teams who have mastered this map before them. Godparticles, they're the new kids around the block. We're just showcasing what they are capable of. But today, M42, did they master a completely new map? Are they taking down the new senseis of this particular matchup? Let's just find out. Because we know for a fact that M42 as a squad, they have the drive to just be an absolute... They have the drive to be an absolute powerhouse. With the pause timer coming on down through, we can just go in for a small recap of what was happening throughout this entire game. Just sit down with me, ladies and gentlemen, as we go through a little bit of a personal time talk. It's just that, okay, you could ask me, aggressive, what exactly is M42 doing that's giving them such a massive advantage? And the one answer I will give you is that it's their unpredictability. The way that M42 are playing, they're playing so goddamn unorthodox. They're going in for swings, they're going in for fights, and they are showcasing their mechanical skill to the brink of no return. They're like, okay, you want to see mechanics, you want to see skill? I'll show you exactly what I can do here. Take the shots, take the fights, and just keep the ball on your own court. Keep dribbling it. Keep it in your hand as much as you possibly can. Do not let it out of your reach. Because M42, as soon as they lose control, Godparticles are just going to pounce on top of them in a matter of seconds. Unpredictability is key, but you need to have some sort of method in your chaos. And M42, they have that method under lockdown for now, but how long is it going to take? How long is it going to be before that method just ends up shattering you because you became a little bit too unpredictable? This cannot be a repeat of the map of Haven. If they do want map number 3 in their favor, and Hyper, he knows for a fact that he wants map number 3 as badly as he can possibly get here. Hyper, go for one more, should be... Unless it's going to be a problematic nature already. Logista, he's going in for spam fire. Really dangerous from his end. He should be going in for confirmation peaks. And now Shivy with a shock dart is going to be the thing that saves out Logista. Good plays from the man. Shivy, he's making sure that his buddy is going to be safe 24/7. There is no situation where he's not going to be looking out for him. Plan's going to be going down soon enough as well. Positionally, they're going to be going in for swings and one bullet and a dream. Come on. Oh, Logista. One bullet and a dream. And that's exactly what he's going to get, baby. And here comes the final kill. And with that, ding, ding, a ding, ding. It's going to be another round on the board for the side of Godparticles, ladies and gentlemen. And Logista, chef's kiss, man. One bullet, that's all that I need. This is what I mean, Logista. If he starts showing up on this map, there is no one on M42 that can stop him. Ciphers are the pinnacle of this map. It's not the duelist, it's not the initiator, and it's definitely not the controller. If your Sentinel player is a cut above the rest, if he is Nats himself, you don't need anyone, and I mean anyone else on your entire team, because that one Sentinel alone can carry your entire squad. And in this situation, Logista in that last round, he got the kills, he got them lurks, he got the position beautifully. That's exactly what you want to see here. Hyper. Woohoo. Swings out, gets a kill out towards the face of Knight Rider, who was a little bit too overly aggressive. I don't know why he was standing out in the open, but it does happen. But once again, Rix. It's another kill. And I question what exactly is going wrong here. Why are they going in for pushes like this? They're falling apart. I don't really understand. Sometimes Godparticles, they find such immaculate holds and they find such strong defensive sidelines, and then 2 seconds later in the next round they're like, oh, we rush B, we rush A, we go to A main, we hold W, and then walk into our opponent's arms. Like, I understand, but sometimes it's just not something that you really want to see now, is it? Shivy, he was just not ready for this fight. He gets taken out. Nemo and Sam's gonna be the one for the cleanup. It's 9 and 10. 9 and 10, ladies and gentlemen. Godparticles, they're switching it up way too much. They're second guessing themselves, and that's what's costing them so many of these rounds. One by one, they're just dropping like flies, and Godparticles, that's not how it was meant to go now, is it? M42, yeah, they're playing out of their minds. They're able to find these fights. They're able to go in for really strong defensive holds. But you would question if at one round you're playing that good as a squad when you're on Godparticle's side, and then the second round you just turn around and you just fall apart. Sloppy plays here and there is really what's costing them. Now, old Knight Rider. I thought that he was gonna die, but of course Scargo's gonna be there as a backup. The three musketeers are always together for a reason. They're gonna be the ones to maybe try and go in for a survival play on their own accord as well. Ember, on towards the back end of the side. He's gonna be the one pushing it down through. Scargot, he's holding, but still not gonna be able to find that kill. Running out of bullets is gonna be poor old Hyper. It's not gonna be the one to survive. Chibi's gonna be the one to take down Venom as well. One by one, they find the kills, they find it all. And now it's all up to Rex, but Rex is not gonna be able to find anything there by himself. Ember swings out, slaps him in the face. And that's gonna be another one. Sam, his position's already known. He's just running. He's like Bigfoot, stomping on the metal floors, and he's just like dong 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 dong. Position's already found. Sam. Maybe good for one, but I don't think he's gonna be able to get that either. Shivi's the one to shut him on down. 10 and 10. And with that, that's another round going in the favor of the side of Godparticles, sending it down over to uneven Steven scoreline.
Caution here.
Look at these teams, they're just at each other's necks. One strategy after the other, constantly switching it up over and over again. And once they find that one small mistake, that gap that they're hoping to find, Godparticles, they just latch onto it like a literal crocodile going into a death roll. Speaking of Byte, the Wolf wanted to go in for one, but it's not going to be able to find anything chunky out of it. Oh no!
Taken out.
Sam, you don't jiggle that corner, man. You just swing it. Just swing the corner. Don't jiggle it. Don't half swing it. Don't do anything. You need to swing. You should know that better than anyone. First kill gone. Rix is going to be able to find that secondary. Knight Rider misses out on a very crucial shot. That shot's going to cost him. Got that kill on the Rix. This round was already done and dusted. I understand the Knight Rider died, but it's fine. Nothing to really worry about. But now Ember, he's on a lurk. Ember should be good for one kill. He's not expecting anything. And no Hyper. It's gone. I don't think he's going to notice. Finds a kill on Knight Rider. Now it's already going to be falling apart once again. M42. They're the ones at the advantage. Rick's holding it close. He's got to be the one to go in for another kill. And they're not clearing their corners, man. The corners are not being cleared out properly, but it's completely fine and dandy because Shivi and Ember, they're going to be the difference makers. They're going to be the ones to bring in the side control in their favor.
30 seconds
on the
left.
map. And it's Viper versus a Sky. Or a Viper versus a Sova. Who's the better initiator? Who's going to be the better player to hold down these sidelines? Positions are strong. Positions are prime. And it's going to be Venom with one and Emo with a simultaneous second. 10 and 11. And both of these teams are just trading rounds back and forth constantly throughout this entire matchup. One round after the next. Oh boy. Things are heating up. Not just in the game, but also in my room. So I can feel the heat from all the way up here. The players are sweating bullets. You can see them see it in their eyes. They are sweating out daggers. I don't know. We need to go in for a breather here, ladies and gents, because on the map of Breeze, it's supposed to be relaxing. This is Sea Beach, mind you, in the Bermuda Triangle. Yeah, but it's so beautiful, it's so luscious. And in this place, an intense battle between both of these squads are occurring. Storyline has already been set. Both of these squads, they know for a fact that they need to win this. M42, they're fighting for the chance to stay relevant in season number 4 when that rolls around. They do not want to get relegated here at all. Relegation is there inches away if they lose this map. And there is nothing that they can do about it if they're not careful. Here comes the Hunter's Fury, not really a lot of value being given. Knight Rider's pushing up, deals a little bit of damage, knows exactly where Hyper's gonna be at, but Hyper, he's playing with fire. He wants to try and go in for a kill. Scar's gonna be the one to find it. Scar gonna be the one to shut him down almost immediately. Position's prime, position's good. Rix should be good for one more. Rix's position gets revealed. He knows exactly where everyone is though. That's gonna be good. Scar's gonna be good for another one. Venom's gonna be able to shut down one more. Shivi's gonna be able to take down Venom. Rix with an operator takes down 2 more. Rix is the difference maker here. Straight through the Viper's spin. He's able to fight so much and it's all up to Sam. Sam's like the imposter. He's like, boo, peekaboo, I see you. And now, Ember, 25 HP in a dream. One on his left, one on his right. This Viper needs to do so much. The spike has not even been planted. Ember doesn't know what's up.
30
He doesn't know
seconds
where to
left.
look. He doesn't know where to go. The spike's a no man's land. And Ember, he's just looking for plays.
standing.
Beautiful flick from one. Ember's gonna be the one to take out Sam. If this is a play and a half, and I want to see it all. Now both of these players, sound cues being given away. Ember, he can't go in for a plant here.
10
He doesn't
seconds
know where to
left.
look. Where does he go? Rix is gonna be the one to push up, and Rix is gonna be the one to shut him down. It's 10 and 12. Godparticles,
Match
they're falling apart, and Rix, he's gonna be the one to initiate all of these. The heartbreak, the tragedies. Rix, he's a bigger playboy than any other playboy that I've met in my entire life. And his one greatest skill is that operator. How is he able to do this? Kill after kill, round after round, Rix. He's just doing it all.
Get out of my way.
He's a cipher, mind you. He's a lurker.
Cage triggered.
But he's making an operator look like it's child's play for him. No one plays it on a sentinel, but he's like the Yampy that we've all been looking for. Now, it's his turn to showcase his skill. Showcase his worth one more time, but not this time, man. Not against Godparticles. They're looking for more, but Emo with the crab walk's gonna be able to shut down a couple of more things here as well. Ember shuts down Sam. Kill for him.
Spike planted.
With that, it's a 4 versus 2 situation all across. Shots gonna be taken. Shots are gonna be good. Now is where the real fun begins. Going for a wraparound. You're gonna be noticing them going in for a hold. M42. Slow and steady wins the race. Save that operator. Keep it for the final round. You need that in the hands of Risk if you want to
Player
survive!
standing.
Well, that's the operator gone. Things are not looking good for them. Rix, he can buy another operator, but I don't think he's going to be the one going for it. Venom falls asleep a little bit, gets caught with his pants down, and Logista's going to be the one to just take him out with a quick 1-2 punch. Not a 3-hit combo, but it works. So now... oh boy. No. I'm trying to recollect my thoughts a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry if I'm quiet, because sometimes when you solo cast, you need to give the entire game a moment to just settle in when it's just such high octane, insane gameplay. Just I don't know what to do. Don't know how to take it. Just legit. This is one of these games that you really need to just be by yourself, just to notice it all unfold in front of your eyes. And Knight Rider, he's gonna blind them by the light. One by one going in for these shots. Send them back home, and he wants this. He's hungry for it. You can see it in his eyes that he wants to take it down over to an overtime. He doesn't want to give this one up. There is no way that he's going to be giving up the hopes and dreams of a 2-0. He wants to send M42 back home, but M42, they're not going to be taking no for an answer. Sam with a double kill from the Hunter's Fury. He's doing so much. M42, their fighting spirit is just burning brighter and brighter by the second. But still, the defenders, they need to go through two more players, sorry. Shivy and Knight Rider with the operator. If they're able to do it, they take it away. We head on down over into map number 3. We keep this fight going for them, ladies and gentlemen. But are they going to be able to do it, though, is a real question. One in the back, one in the front. Make it happen, make it work. And Hyper is going to be the one to take down Knight Rider. It's all up to Shivy. Shivy, you're an absolute god, but today it's just not going to work. They take it away. M42, they send us over to map number 3 after a highly highly high octane game. Ladies and gentlemen, M42, they take away the best map of Godparticles as we head on down over into map number 3. Oh god. Oh god. I don't know what to say anymore. We're rolling into the highlights already. This is an absolute travesty. I have nothing else to say. The map of Breeze just happened. It just went in the favor of M42. You can see the disbelief in my voice because that should not have happened at all. M42, they answer back on the best map of Godparticles on a 13-11 scoreline. And I am here solo casting this momentous occasion. God damn. Can't believe this is how it all happened. This is how it was all gonna work out, because you just know for a fact that this is how incredible this game actually was. Godparticles, they dug in deep, but it was just not enough. M42, they wanted this win even more. They wanted it more than Godparticles, more than anything else in their entire lives, more than the incredible deals down below in the description from the side of Crucial, Cosmic Byte, and of course 656 when it comes down to our jerseys. Make sure to support your favorite teams down there. So it's just the way that they're able to find so much value was incredible. The amount of hours that they put in, you could see the effort, you could see the grit from their teeth, and of course, Rix. Oh boy, this guy was way too sexy for his own good. Make sure he just sign this man to a fashion model company or something, because those operator shots alone is going to be giving him the thing that he wants. But that's the thing here. Both of these teams, they played out of their minds, but right at the very end, it was just not enough now, was it? Because the way that Godparticles were playing, it showcased that, okay, they have the control, they knew what they really wanted to do, but right until the very end, it was just not good enough for them. They needed to do a lot more to bring everything back for their side. And somehow, in some way, shape, or form, they made it work. M42, like, personally, if you tell me to analyze this right here and right now, I need to rewatch this game. Because I felt as though this was just a lot of emotion. Like, there was no real strategy involved that's gonna be like, oh, this is so unorthodox, this is so different. No, there was nothing like that. This was just pure and utter emotion, just bringing it all back onto their side. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna need to set up game number 3. It's already 10:30 in the night. We need to jump on down through under the game soon enough as well. I'm gonna be taking a short break because, oh my god, this match was incredible. Don't go anywhere because we're going to be back with the real shortly with the LG Ultragear Tec Gauntlet Season 3, powered by Crucial. Our apparel partners are 656, accessory partners Cosmic Byte, and our esports partner is Aimlab. I'm going to be back after a little bit of a water break.
From the legends of memory and storage. Crucial brings you the ultimate performance in gaming. Legendary products. Precision engineered. For speed and stability. Crucial ballistics.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, to the LG Ultragear Tec Gauntlet Season 3. Powered by Crucial, our apparel partners are 656, accessory partners Cosmic Byte, and our esports partner is none other than Aimlab. Your boy Aggressive is back on camera with my buddy boy here, Crips. Hey,
Hey
I
there.
don't have to do this alone anymore. Yes.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a surprise when I saw that, hey, why is Aggie over here and nobody else to support us? So I'm like, you know what? I'll join in on the fun. Can't let my boy have all the fun all by himself. So someone's got to share.
Like, I was just dead, man. He just saved me from a literal turmoil of emotions. Like, my emotions were being toyed with throughout the entirety of the last game. Personally, because I'll
Oh,
give you a
boy.
recap. I'll give you a recap because this is what happened here. Agent selections like normal. We already know what they're gonna pick, so I'm not even gonna talk about it. Forget about this. Last game, dude. It was so insane because normally what? When we are analyzing, we're always looking at strategy. We're always looking at different plans being made by the teams, right? But in the
Yeah.
last game, that wasn't really the case. You could see only emotion. You could see that everyone was just so hyped. You could see the blood, sweat, and tears just dripping from their entire bodies as they were taking these fights. You could see the passion for the game throughout every single one of the swings that they were taking, especially from this one man on the Cypher. Rix, he was the pinnacle of a Cypher player at that point.
Select your
Not as a
agent.
lurker, no. He was an operator player on a Cypher getting 4Ks, 3Ks consistently throughout the entire match. He was the main
Okay.
reason why M42 were able to win. Normally, you always look at a Cypher and you're like, oh, he's a lurker. Maybe he's going in for a lurk. Maybe he has a little bit of control on the mid, maybe a little bit of control onto A main, and then he just slaps a couple of people in the face with it. But no, Drake's is like, okay, I have an operator in my hand. I'm gonna take down Knight Rider. I'm gonna take down Scargod. I'm gonna take down Shibby, who also have operators, mind you, after being the ones to pick it up from Knight Rider, and just kill them off one by one. He just shut down any form of hopes and dreams that the side of Godparticles could have had to one out on the map of Breeze. Breeze, mind you, they lost out on Breeze on a 13-11 scoreline to M42, where Breeze is one of their worst maps in the game. Like, I was amazed, and this is the M42 that I know and love. This is the M42 that I was hoping to see. And finally, they've woken up, the energy is running high, and they're ready to take the fights once again.
Well, it seems like Godparticles will have to channel their inner gods in order to win this battle. I knew that the first game it was a little bit one-sided with Godparticles having only trouble towards the end. But later on in Breeze, when M42 decided to mount a comeback, I was surprised to see that. And you're right, an operator on a Cypher, nobody really expects that. Let's see if we can channel that in Ascent as well.
Let's see if they can find that finish once again, but not really the case here now, is it? M42 slow and steady wins the race. Knight Rider! Nearly got that first initial kill on towards the face of Hyper, but Hyper's not even going to be able to find any form of damage.
Yeah,
No
no
reset
shock
for both of
dots.
them.
No shock dots either. He just dodged to get everything out of the way. He spotted out at least 3 people over there. But now they've left only Rix towards the entrance of B, and everyone else is starting to move towards A. Luckily for them, none of the players of Godparticles have actually aggressed out of this area. Ember's still holding the entrance to A long. So Godparticles, they don't have any early information. They don't have any warning systems. As soon as Ember sees all these people swing, he's going to have to fall back. He definitely can't afford to pick up fights. Oh, never mind. He just picked up fights. He got 2 of them too. Okay, I really thought he would fall back to a safer position, but he stayed inside the nebula, getting 2 kills. Very quick flex. And now it's just Scargod. He also was able to come back over here,
30
back his
seconds left.
teammate up in time. 3 defenders stacking the A site. The spike area has been sent back. Rick somehow snuck into the B side. This will probably create a little bit of a distraction, but what does he do with this control? His spike carrier Venom is nowhere close to him.
One enemy remaining.
Just Logistics like, oh, hello there. I heard that
left.
you're gonna be coming into the neighborhood. I wanted to do something for you. And Venom's like, oh, do you have free cookies? No, I don't think so.
No free cookies, no time. Even if he got to the site in time, there was no way he'd have been able to plant. Even if somehow Rix was able to stay alive, there's just no way the plant was coming through. So this round was basically over. M42 took it very nice and slowly. They took their sweet time going from B to A again. Eventually back to B because the plan on A did not work. Who would have expected Ember to be inside the nebula? More than that, who would have expected him to take up 2 kills just like that, so quickly?
They are able to find these. Like, you gotta ask yourself. First of all, it's about that first initial, and then you just switch up the strategies right then and there. But oh, Hyper! No, not like that. I understand that you're really aggressive, but still, you're not gonna live up to my namesake like that.
Nice.
2-0, and with that, Emperor, he just says nice. 2-0 for them, and to move on down over to the next round.
So Venom did something pretty unorthodox over here. He placed down
place
an
some
Astra
Astral
Star
Stars in this
just
reality.
at the base of this entrance. So when they were starting to attack the A main entrance, he took that star back away. What it does, it creates a smoke over there for like 1 or 2 seconds. And while that smoke is active, Ember cannot peek, so he can't use his one-way.
Concealment.
So Venom used a star of his own, took it back only to deny the one-way smoke from Ember. That's pretty cool. I hope he can use it again.
Hyper! How is he doing this? Dude, he's been doing this for the entirety of the last couple of games. I don't know how though, but he somehow makes it happen.
He just peeks out of smokes and gets a kill.
Did you see the flick?
Surely his opponents didn't see it.
Only saw a flash of the wrist and a bullet to their face.
Oh, that's the kind of shot that wins you games.
Yep. Then he's gonna get a lot more like that.
Poor Shivi had no idea his death would be waiting for him right around the corner, but one person can make a difference, and that's gonna be the race. Scargod all the way in attacking spawn. He's able to catch Hyper, upgrades to a Vandal as well. And now he can regroup with his teammates. He doesn't need to go for the backstep anymore. Oh my god, they just missed a big opportunity. Logista's defending so well. Flicking to both Sam and Race. This was unexpected. When I'm going for a plant in the open, that's gonna let Scargod get the kill onto him very easily. Somehow, team Godparticles, they hold on. I really thought Hyper and his moves would have made all the difference in the world. Especially when he was able to catch the Soa over there in the form of Shivi. But no, Scargod making the big moves, the big flanks. And sure, he took his sweet time to get to that spot, but he was able to make all the difference in the world. 3-0, and the buy round has been destroyed from M42. They need to start from scratch again.
So aggressive. He has the aim, man. He is so talented, but he needs to know when to slow it down a little bit. Small mishaps here and there. He gets the advantage, but he also falls apart because of it as well. Shots are going to be taken. Logistics going to be good for 1. And with that, that's going to be the first initial kill already going in the favor of the side of Godparticles. They're looking to push their way up. They're looking to try and find an avenue to work with, but in this current situation, I don't think they're going to be able to find much. Here comes a turret. He gets tagged out at 73 HP. 2 bullets from a Vandal, and he's already dead.
I'm starting to feel a little concerned about this slow push from M42. 3 defenders already positioned on A site. If they walk into this site, this will be a trap. Oh, Knight Rider makes it even harder. Stops them from going towards the B side as they were trying to cross. And no, the trades! They won't come through!
Spike down mid.
The flash was perfect. I really thought this would be Knight Rider's death, but he lives to fight another day. He's a rider and he's a survivor.
It's just... I don't know. Somehow they always get these first 4 rounds. I'll give you a recap of what happened in the previous matchup as well. On the map of Haven, when it all started, it was M42 who got it right off the get-go, being able to take it on to a 0-4 scoreline. And thus forth, when it came down to over to the map of Breeze, it pretty much started off in the same boat. It was 0-2, then a 4-0, and then M42 just clapped back hard and being able to take it to a 4-1, 4-2, 4-3, 4-4. Then it was a 5-4 going in the favor of Godparticles, and then the storyline just went out of control. It felt like I was watching Naruto with a lot of filler arcs.
With every character having a little step-up moment of their own?
Yes.
All right.
But the main
this
character
time...
was Rix.
All right. Maybe in this our Scargod can make a difference. He's pushed up all the way towards high mid, and there are no trap fires over there to stop him. No turrets or any killjoy utility either, so he can get into high mid. He should be able to catch plenty of people off guard. M42 starting to make a move towards mid. They've already spotted this area out. Emo might just be in quite a lot of danger. He's about to get pinched from both the sides. Good for one. Can he expect the second player to be in that position as well? I don't think so. The Seekers will make sure that he doesn't have to worry about anything. All the remaining defenders revealed. But Shivy and his Odin still winning all the duels on B. Scargod now strikes. He moved away from mid so that he doesn't get his position revealed by the Seeker. But he raced it to the B main entrance where the Seeker can't get to him. Emo now, the one person who started it all, has to finish it too. Okay, he can at least end Logista's life, but nothing more than that. 5-0. So far, you said that the storyline was Godparticles get to 4 and then M42 start to clap back. It didn't happen in this round, but maybe it will now because M42 are going for a tactical timeout finally.
Hopefully, maybe they can find something, but at the same time, M42, I believe they expected a little bit too much of their emotions on game number 2, man. Like I kept on telling you, right, that game number 2 was just a roller coaster of emotions for M42, and they were just purely riding on top of that. And hey, emotion is good. It's really strong, but if you run out of it and if you rely on it a little bit too much, what's going to happen to you? You're going to fall apart as a squad. And in this situation, M42, they need to find some other form of motivation. They need to find another way to gain that energy back. And do you know what's the best way of getting that energy back here, Crips?
Getting a couple of Red Bulls in your system?
Yes. And how do you get those Red Bulls? By scanning that QR code that's going to be showing up down below real soon. Scan that QR code, ladies and gentlemen. And even though this is late into the night, you can still get yourself that can of Red Bull because it's a home delivery. Just pop it right now. Scan it right now. Get yourself that can of Red Bull. Get yourself energized and prepped up and ready because I'm hoping that this one goes down into overtime. We all are hoping for it because then we can buy even more Red Bull and get ourselves capped.
Well, it seems like M42 certainly needs some of that energy. Maybe some positive vibes too. They've only got the vibes. Nothing else. No weapons to work with. Sheriffs, Spectres, Marshals, and a Blade Storm. Everything thrown into the mix. Another A push. The same as last time. And Hyper gets plucked out of the sky. They're just swatting him. Scargod also chiming through. None of that worked. The moment they tried to move inside, the Nanoswarm was activated, so the Jet moved in along with the flashes, but nobody else could follow up.
Let's get swatted out as well. He's gonna make a run for it on towards the other side. With that. In for the boys, they're going in for the holds, but it's just not gonna be the case now, is it? So instead he wins the race, one guy peeks out. Then don't go for anything that you don't want to go for, man. Like, there's gonna be a lot of regrets in your life. You don't want any of these. And the black market gun is gonna be the thing that shuts it all down with Ember on the side to just snuff out the flames. 6-0. And hey, you know what I'm hoping for? A 6-6, and then the possibility of the Magic scoreline that I know and love. But hey, that's gonna be 9 consecutive rounds, which is quite difficult to get, especially when you're on the side of M42.
Yeah, and considering that they're not even able to get the opening frags that they need, it seems a little difficult. To be honest, even if they do manage to get a plant in one of these situations, take a look at the amount of ultimates that they have. Logista and Ember, both of them have their lockdown and cosmic divides ready. That's the perfect combination for a retake. And so far, the retakes have never been needed. They were never even just plant the spike. Knight Rider extending out of the Nebula results in his death. He was hoping that maybe his teammate Scargod can cover him on high mid so that he can pick up the frags towards B-Link. But that didn't happen. The lapse in communication, of course, even the grenade was deadly, but still, it's just a little bit of HP damage. M42 still have the man advantage, but the moment I say that, Scargod turns things around.
Scar peek from him. The way that he just swings out is just so good. Skargot accidentally satchels himself in. No, what?
See, that's the kind of stuff that I was worried about. The satchel getting him in that corner, and just then his teammate reveals him. Shivy with the well-timed utility. Oh, wait, what?
That wasn't a reveal. That
Then
was
what
a
was it?
complete and utter spam. Shivy doesn't even have his owl drone. Skargot just randomly flicked up and got a headshot.
But
Okay,
he
boy.
didn't reveal, right?
No, there was no
All right.
owl drone. Where was the owl drone from? There wasn't one.
Alright, that's just preemptive firing
30
then.
seconds left.
This time Ember pulling off
Player standing.
something that his teammate did. Skargot pulls out the rocket launcher with just one person, but for good measure.
All right, I did.
Get the kills if they get sent on the board as well. And M42, like honestly speaking, man, I'm not even surprised that they're losing at this point because hey, after what happened in the last game, I'm spent. M42 are spent because M42 as a squad, I think that they have a stamina issue in general because they can pull off an incredible performance on one of the games. They will dig down so deep and they will find out so many kills and so many rounds that they had no business getting and no business winning out on. That as soon as the second map or the third map comes around, they're just like, guys, what do we do?
Yeah, they need
Other
the
than-
energy.
Yeah. They gotta chug those cans of Red Bull as much as they possibly can. But that's it. That's all that they need. Some Red Bull is scanning that QR code.
Oof.
But Skargot, I think his entire bloodstream is Red Bull because of the things that he did drink.
Red Bull and maybe a little bit of speed gasoline. The amount of flicks he's made today and the way he's able to pick up kills, that too in such aggressive positioning. You really wouldn't expect Skargot to be all the way out of B link already, picking up kills towards that area. That's just not expected. Even Logista defending well enough. Emo finally making things work. The Sheriff starting to sing the songs of death, but can he complete the melody? Will they be awarded a round?
Healing over
Will
here.
his opera finally reach the crescendo that he's been hoping to get? I don't think so. 2v3 still a very difficult situation. The Seekers will reveal their position, but what will they do with that information? What can they possibly do? Maybe that. Sam finally taps away. Still a 2 versus 2. Lockdown available in case they need it. Flash
Oh, no!
ready for the
Yeah,
finish. But Sam.
No, dude!
Maybe they are getting all the energy that they needed. Sam finally stepping up. The Sheriffs, they work. He even gets an operator on top of it. The Sky and the Sova, the two initiators, digging deep into this round, pulling it out of the sewers, finally giving M42 an edge that they needed. It was Emo and his Sheriff that got the opening frags. And then Sam, once he got into that position, every frag went his way.
Just say that this round was... Do I just say it?
Go for it, bro. Don't mince
This
your
round
words.
Yeah, this round was a throw and a half. Godparticles. They were all taking the swings one by one, but it's fine. Like, you're winning out on a 7-1. You're allowed to make a couple of mistakes here and there because, hey, confidence is running high. You're like, oh, nothing's gonna happen to us. I take a swing, I'm gonna win the fight. But even on these Swifty rounds, these are still professional players. These are all Radiants for a reason. And they are going to be bringing in the herd in a matter of seconds. And oh boy, here comes Hunter's Fury. Hunter's Fury is going to be good for one tag. Should be good for a kill, but Skargot just shimmies away barely. He's like, hippity hoppity, I'm out of here. This is not my property. And
Yeah,
now-
it's Knight Rider who needs to reclaim this property over here. He's let a couple of people pass through mid,
Oh,
but
no.
maybe the timing could help him. Nope, it doesn't. Everyone's passed except for Sam.
He's gonna run away, but poor old Sam. I feel so bad for him. The Sovas having such a rough time trying to survive in so many of these different engagements, but still Hyper. He's in a good spot, but no. Here comes the recon bolt. The recon bolt's like, haha. This puts a damper on his plans. His evil deeds are not gonna be working out
30
today.
seconds
Venom
left.
gets caught out by Knight Rider, who heard the footsteps, and now it's Rix once again with that operator. He's so good with it,
Player
man, but
standing.
in one instance, a solo situation on the attacking side, that operator is not going to be able to pay that much dividends.
Yeah, M42 now just stuck in dire straits. Everyone's rushing down Nemo and he's only got
10
54
seconds
HP. Plus, he's got to worry about the other side too. They were able to get him towards mid and the market region, but the moment the lockdown came through, everyone kind of dispersed and they were never able to get back together. So while they had a little bit of control towards mid market, main just never happened for them. B main was an avenue where they just could not make their mark. Rix tried to alleviate some pressure by getting a couple of kills with the operator, but the moment he missed his first shot, Scar got run. He just rushed him down and got the kill onto Rix before he could get ready for the second shot. And that's even worse. You know why? Because after winning a round, the moment you lose the next round, your economy is going to be in the dumpster. Take a look at what they have right now. They do have their Vandals, but on light armor, and Venom has been forced to go down to a Sheriff.
Make this one work though, because they have given away so many rounds at this point. They cannot rely on the curse scoreline, honestly speaking, because the curse scoreline just never works whenever you're casting the lead for some reason. But Sam, he's gonna be good for the trade at the bare minimum. And Scargot, like, I question this. Scargot starts shaking his hand like crazy. Is that a way of compensating for recoil or something? Because when I ask him, he's like, oh, this is just a bad habit. And I'm like, it's been months, man. How is this still a bad habit?
I mean, ask that question to people who smoke and they'll tell you. Either way, I shouldn't be focusing on this. Hyper is the one who is making this mark over here. How does nobody know where he is? He broke the window. That should have been...
Terminated.
I mean, he broke the window. That should have been as clear as day. Someone snuck in. A little bit of a communication lapse, but maybe Logista can make up for it. He's got backup. Emo once again trapped in a clutch situation. And this time he doesn't even have the
30
spike on his
seconds
back.
No, Emo! She shot too early! Ah, you can see that Emo. He just wasn't ready for it now, was he? Gets caught out and gets shut down in a matter of seconds as well. It's gonna be another one for him. 9-1, ladies and gentlemen. 9. Slow and steady wins the race. Take the fights one by one. Godparticles, they're trying to close everything out here. I don't know. It feels like Godparticles, now they're back in their elements. A lot of mistakes are being made by M42. And what else is there to say? Godparticles, they're just playing the engagements better.
Yes, they are. I mean, take a
Spike
look at
down,
this.
mid.
Knight Rider peeking all by himself towards mid. Sure, he's going to win the duel against the Sheriff, but the moment Hyper tries to make up for it, the moment he tries to peek, Logista kills him out, and this time Emo, even though his flash was perfect, he just cannot stop Knight Rider and his op.
Need that back.
Last round
Yep,
in
you're
the
right.
half.
The possibility of a scoreline also goes away. No 9-3 means historically your chances of getting a comeback are less. Although I'm not a superstitious guy, so I still believe in M42. I still believe they can make this one work. They need to win this last round in any situation. They need to make it work. But can they do it? They've got Rix and his ultimate, Venom and his Cosmic Divide. Hyper can get a Blade Storm in 1 kill, but he hasn't been getting any kills. He's only sitting on 3 frags right now. Maybe a little A execute with some well-placed stars can be possible. Maybe even a fake. Get a kill, get Rix to reveal their positions. But even if they make this one work, take a look at the amount of ultimates that Godparticles have. They've got Scar God and his Showstopper. That can ruin your plans any day. Even Knight Rider for that matter. He's still got the Operator and he's gonna have Blade Storms too. And things, if they still go wrong, then Ember can always use the Cosmic Divide and just completely make the retakes easier. That is, if M42 are able to plant the spike in the first place.
They're trying to see if they can get this one down, but it's not as easy as you would have hoped for, is it? M42, backs are against the wall. 10-1, last round.
Look at the placement of Venom and his stars. He's just got 1 star on the actual side to pull someone in, and the other 2 as smokes. Ember's going to be caught in one of those. No backup available from Heaven, but Logista hasn't been cleared out. How many times are they not going to check for him? Hyper is all the way to his generator before he finally decides to look in his direction, but the moment that happens, Scargod wins everything else. Jumps in with the big bad rocket launcher, blows everybody up. Sam's trapped in binary. And well, at this point, all that Godparticles are yet to do is just unpack it and just have it with that wine, sip it like it's a fine dine experience.
Switching sides.
They're just like, I'm gonna lean back, put my legs on top of my table, and just be like, "Yep, it's been a long day at work, boys. I'm gonna close it out." But at the same time, whenever you go in for long days of work and then suddenly you're like, "Oh, it's time to get off," your boss comes over and then gives you a lot of paperwork. You're like, "Yo, do this right now. You're not going home today." That could just happen because M42, they could turn this one around in a matter of seconds. Comeback season is still in session if they're able to win out on this first round. Will they be the boss to give the side of Godparticles a lot of extra work to do? We're going to be seeing it in about 5 seconds.
Ooh, I can't wait for the countdown. A split approach by Godparticles. 2 on mid, 1 just outside of A main, hoping to catch any aggressors. Everyone else coming out of mid. Oh, Scar got stunned. He's gonna get headshotted, and they get away from scot-free. Sam also making sure that no follow-ups will come through from the garden region. All right, they've shut this down for now. 2 versus 5.
You don't sip the wine with this early.
Yeah.
I think the bosses are here.
No more Sova.
Okay. They're giving them the space. A minute left. Anyone else who tries to peek out will get dinged, maybe even killed. How does Logistic get it so... How does he keep on getting away with these peeks?
Swarm grenade out.
No one's fighting him. He just runs across. He's like, YOLO! I'm going, man. But hey, Jimmy, if he doesn't find this kill on the Hyper, it's over. Here comes the flash from Emo. Set it up. Send him back. Oh no, God. Doesn't get away with this one this time. It's been happening throughout the entire day. I don't know why. Logista somehow just misses these kind of shots, but he hits the nuttiest ones. But, you know, when you have really bad days in Valorant when it comes down to your pistol aim, but your rifle aim is just absolutely... I feel you, Logista, because it happens. Also because you have the exact same crosshair as me, so it's sometimes the crosshair's fault, so I get it.
Uh-huh. Do you have the same crosshair as Logista?
Yeah, I've been using this crosshair for the last 1 year.
Alright. Alright, I need to pay a little more attention to all the crosshairs that these players are using. I honestly didn't think much of them. It's just personal preference for the most part.
But I personally love this 322 red crosshair. 322 is a really common crosshair that a lot of pros use, but 322 red is one of the special ones because it is possibly the most invisible but very visible crosshair. There's like a fine line in between. Because in Valorant, you can't really fine-tune like decimal points for your crosshair thicknesses, and somehow the red crosshair just allows you to get that perfect thickness where you can see the head while it's still being visible on your screen, if you get used to it, that is. But at the same time, sometimes there's crosshairs, if you're really sleepy or if you're really tired, you're not going to be able to see a damn thing.
I'm sorry, I heard 322 and the inner Dota player inside me is laughing. If there are any Dota players in chat, you will know the reference. I'm not
even I get the reference.
I mean, of course, you just experienced it in the last map.
Oh. This is just... What is this travesty happening already? M42... They're making it happen. They're making it work. The comeback season is in session. A lot of extra homework and a lot of extra paperwork, even down towards the members of Godparticles. But Scargod, he's trying to sign off these papers as fast as he possibly can. But at Venom, he doesn't want to take any of it. Logista's going to be good for another one. Logista's looking for his last. Maybe he's going to be able to find it. That's just not going to happen.
I was still wondering, why was the spike towards stairs? It should have been carried over towards the side a long time ago. Either way, it doesn't matter. It was just an eco round anyway, so they can probably put up the better weapons now. Get to map point. Match point, rather. So far, what M42 are doing are just rotating really, really quickly. They've been able to intercept any of these pushes from Godparticles, and they are able to stack up the sides pretty quickly, so that's one good thing for M42. But I just want to see if they will be able to keep it up once Godparticles start to throw their fakes out, or maybe once they start taking mid-control more aggressively. But none of that this time around. Seems to be a regular old B
You
crawl.
should run.
Lockdown put up. No response. It's just turning into a game of patience now. Nebula's placed but not committed yet. Now they move in. Hyper wants to stay and maybe get a kill before he can exit, but he won't be getting anything. Pain Shell to deny him any room, and it turns into a 5v5 retake.
Here.
Already, but oh, wait a second. Wait a minute, this is not how it was meant to go. This is not how you're supposed to take these fights. And Skargon, he's swinging out. He's gonna be able to get 2. Skargon, come on, baby. Go in for one more. He's gonna go in for the shots, and he is gonna be the one to send them all back home immediately. 12 and 3, an absolute bloodbath down towards that B side. And as soon as the guns came in the hands of Godparticles, yeah, it's just a snap of a finger and change of everything.
So we spoke about Scar Peaks. Can someone just patent this one? Look at the way he uses the satchels to just move around. Most people wide peak. This guy, he uses the satchel and goes extremely wide. Is that what they call the Scar Peak, or that's just something else that he does in Scar Peak is completely different?
Placing swarm grenade out.
Just, yeah, that's called the Scar Peak, actually. Like, Scar God, like, not really the satchel. Scar Peak is basically like, okay, you know how we normally have a wide swing, mid swing, and then there's a long swing, right? Scar God swings are just so much more different. He goes in for a very semi-long swing, short swing situation. So it's like right in the middle of being a medium swing and then being a very short swing. So that's why a lot of people just miss the shot against it.
That honestly sounds a lot like cricket terminology, but okay. Looks like Skargod has his own meta. And he might just have his own win right now. It's just 2 versus 4. Sheriff and a Spectre and a Dream, which is trying to turn into a little bit of a nightmare. Hyper's position's been revealed. The world against him, and he has to keep the hopes of his team alive. He cannot do that. Godparticles take this win. A rather lengthy game, 13-11 for both the maps so far, and then they end it in a very quick 13-3 fashion. That was really, really cool. For the most part, they were just punishing M42 mistakes. It's not like Godparticles had something very unique or something completely out of the ordinary, but they were just really, really good at their basics. Basics like making sure the trades go in your favor, making sure that you don't peak one by one. Just that kind of stuff, and no mistakes. That is all you need. Keep it clean, and that's going to be the end of M42.
Try their hardest, but right at the very end, M42, they just expend too much of their energy on the second map. So map number 3, they pretty much have nothing to work with. And Godparticles, they are much more of the experienced squad. They have much more of that stamina. They know what they really want to do. So let's head on down over to the match highlights, ladies and gentlemen. See exactly what really went down. There's not really much to break down, speaking right off the get-go. It was just Godparticles having much more control, them having a lot more energy, them having a lot more confidence. They just know how to mentally reset themselves really well. But for M4A2 being such a young squad still, they need more time. They need a lot more time to develop. And when you consider how the squad has been playing, I believe as though their development's pretty good. They're improving at a really rapid pace.
Oh, definitely. Their improvements are impressing me every now and then. This is such a fresh breath of air compared to the last time.